Yo, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Yo, that's crazy. Welcome back to another episode. Yo, was that crazy what happened in the Super Bowl today? Was this one of the worst Super Bowls that we've ever seen? Probably in my lifetime. I think the worst was probably a blowout like this. I would say when the Giants lost to the Ravens. Forgot what Super Bowl that was, but I think that probably was like the worst. This Super Bowl was boring. The commercials were boring. I mean, the commercials were trash. This Super Bowl was trash. It was just one-sided. And I'm not gonna lie, I was not feeling the halftime show. That halftime show was, you know what I'm saying? Like they could have had a better halftime show than that. But shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. You know, I didn't want to bet against Patty Mahomes, but shout out to the Eagles. Shout out to the city of Philly for getting this Super Bowl win. It seems like when Philly loses their first matchup with the team, they normally beat them the second time. I remember when Donovan McNabb went and Philly lost to the Patriots. Then they got their redemption back. They faced the Patriots again, Tom Brady and crew and company. They beat Tom Brady. Then they went back again with Jalen Hurts. And they lost to the Chiefs in a nail biter. And then they come back and just dominated this whole game. I mean, it was just pure domination. I mean, how many sacks they probably had? About maybe 5 sacks in this game. They probably had like about 5 sacks in this game. It was just total domination. I mean, they had Patrick Mahomes running for his life out there. He couldn't even get the ball out. He couldn't do nothing. Every time you turn around, he's out there on the floor. You know, it was just dangerous times for the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, they didn't have a good game. It was just total annihilation, man. This game was just boring. It was just too one-sided. I thought at least, you know, it was 24-0. Or I think it was maybe like 27-0 in the first half, if I could be mistaken. It probably 24-27. But I thought they was gonna catch up, come back, probably, you know, maybe pull off for Tom Brady what he did to the Atlanta Falcons. But man, this game was just total annihilation, just boring. Oh my gosh, man. But yeah, like I said, shout out to Philadelphia, you know, because there's nothing going on with their basketball team. So shout out to the brotherly love. They got their win. They did their thing. Now they can have a celebration on Broad Street. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Philly. Kansas, it seems like the fix was over. It seems like the fix was on you guys. Ever since you guys been playing this year, y'all been having the referees to bail you guys out. And this time, you didn't get bailed out. It seems like you guys got all the flags. You know what I'm saying? All the flags, holding, all types of stuff was going on over there. You guys was just getting all the flags. I mean, it was a mess. It was a mess. It was just a total annihilation. It was a mess. I would say that. But yeah, shout out to Philly. Shout out to Philly. What else should I say? Oh, shout out to Saquon Barkley. My guy Saquon Barkley. Shout out to Saquon Barkley. He left my Giants to go to a team that was contending for a Super Bowl. He got his Super Bowl chance. He got the Super Bowl. He got his ring. You can't say nothing no more about Saquon Barkley. Okay, he didn't have a spectacular game in this Super Bowl, but let's just say he had a good game. Listen, Philly defense was spectacular. It was just crazy. It was just crazy. Philly's defense was crazy. Now, let's talk about the main event, which was the halftime show. Let's talk about the main event. Oh, shout out to my guy 80s. He's in the building. Yo, what's going on, man? Shout out. 80s is in the building. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, my brother?
Man, I'm just talking about this Super Bowl, man. I think this is one of the worst Super Bowls I ever saw in my entire career or my life, matter of fact.
It was complete domination out there.
It was just annihilation. That's what it was. Annihilation, bro. I mean, I think I was just saying that I think the worst, maybe when the Giants faced the Ravens. I think that was like 2000. Yeah, that was 2000 when the Giants faced the Ravens. They got annihilated. And this one, it was just like one-sided. I was like, come on, man. And then I was just talking about he got a little disconnection going on. He should be back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the interruption. I think he should be back. But yeah. So I was just talking about the halftime. Oh, there you go. He's back. He's back.
Yeah, the wrong button. My bad.
Yeah, he's back. He's back, ladies and gentlemen. He's back. Yeah, so I was about to discuss about this halftime show. I just think everything about this Super Bowl was just boring as shit. I think the commercials was just garbage. It was trash.
I was watching it on mute. I was editing videos. I just had this shit on mute.
That shit was trash, man. I was watching it on Tubi. You know what I'm saying? Tubi was streaming it. And I just think this was like the worst. The game was trash. I think the commercials was trash. And what else was? And I think the halftime show was not that good, man. I don't think the halftime show was that good. Yeah, he played Not Like Us at the end, but
I enjoyed the halftime show. That's what I mean. You know, Kendrick. It's typical Kendrick. You know, he's and then knowing Kendrick, you know, it's a lot of messages in there we probably gotta decipher and stuff like that. But you know, I mean, it was what I expected him to do. The only thing I thought he was gonna do was just before he got to the Not Like Us, I thought he was gonna be like as big as the what, and then maybe even have J. Cole come out. They do like a little 30 seconds or something, then go into Not Like Us. Like I thought that was gonna happen or something similar. Maybe not J. Cole come out, but I really thought that as big as the what was gonna be a thing. But he didn't do that.
Him and J. Cole is cool.
I think so. I don't think they have an issue. I think the fact that J. Cole decided to bow out the battle kept their relationship intact. So yeah, I don't think they got beef or anything like that. It might be awkward, but I don't think they got beef. But I thought, you know, obviously, like the first person shooter was about the Super Bowl, right? They were saying they both as big as the Super Bowl, J. Cole and Drake. So I thought Kendrick would use that opportunity to like mock Drake, to be like as big as the what, and then J. Cole coming like as big as the Super Bowl, whatever. And then they do like a little song together, J. Cole and Kendrick, for like 20, 30 seconds, like kind of like he did with SZA. You know, they did a little bit of that song, then he moved on. So I thought, you know, that'd have been dope if he would have did that. But I enjoyed the halftime show. Like I said, the Super Bowl, but I'm not the biggest football fan anyway. So you have to I would have to hear for some football fans how they felt. But I haven't really been into the Super Bowl football in general for some years now. I'll pay attention to the Super Bowl because of the Super Bowl, but I don't know. So I had it on mute. I was watching on mute. I saw the domination. There was really no suspense to the game. I was actually surprised. I thought it was going to be a shutout. I was actually surprised Kansas City scored at the end. I'm like, oh, they finally scored. So,
Yeah, I mean, it was just too late. I mean, Patrick Mahomes was out there running for his life. Every time I look up, he on the floor. Sack, sack, sack. I'm like, God damn, I'm like, it was just nuts. I watch the Super Bowl every year. I'm a casual football watcher, but I watched the Super Bowl. It was just a total annihilation. Shout out, like I said, shout out to Saquon Barkley, man. He got his Super Bowl ring. Nobody can say nothing about him no more. You can't say, what can you say now? He got a ring. You know what I'm saying? So he's always going to go down as one of those guys that got a ring. And you got some Hall of Famers that played and got no ring. Barry Sanders, Dan Marino. So, it was just total annihilation. But I didn't like the halftime show, man. I feel like it was poorly done, in my opinion. I wasn't interested. I felt like I was forced to watch the Super Bowl. I was like, oh my, I was cringing, man. It was just
man. Listen, I'm just happy it's over.
Yeah, I'm happy too.
Shout out to the Eagles. I'm happy the Eagles won. Shout out to the Eagles. No disrespect to KC because I ain't have a dog in a race, but I'm just happy for the Eagles. And we'll see what happens because NBA gonna start coming on Sundays now. So their game should be from 1, they do a doubleheader. So these games should be either from 12 to 5 or from 1 to 5 or something like that. And then we'll be able to go live after those games and do content.
Right. But the NBA had 2 games on today.
Oh yeah, who played? I'm looking forward to hold on before we get in there. Let me go live. Hold on. Don't talk about it yet.
Yeah, they 2 doubleheaders, I think, was on today.
I bet. What games came on today?
So the Bucks and Sixers came on today. The Bucks won 135 to 120.
You heard the news about Giannis?
What happened to him?
He's gonna be out. He got like a strain in his leg, so he's gonna be out to after the All-Star break.
Oh wow, again. We doing this again now? Wow.
Yeah. You said the Bucks beat who?
They beat Philly. They beat Philly. Yeah, Philly today. So I mean, nobody in Philadelphia cares about
right. It's all about football today. Who else played?
Today. Hold on. I was just looking at it. The Rockets and Raptors played. That game was kind of like
Raptors.
It was kind of like an early 2000s game. Nobody cracked 100. It was 94-87.
Raptors just made a trade though. They waiting for Brandon Ingram to be ready.
A season is
what you think about Ingram to the Raps?
I don't think nothing of it. I mean, I felt like he should have been either somebody had to leave that team over there because I don't know what was going on over there.
I don't really love the move. I don't love it for either team. I don't know who the Raps got. I don't know who the Pelicans got back, but I don't really love the move. I feel like Brandon Ingram has a potential to be.
I think they got back Bruce Brown Jr.
I think Brandon Ingram has the potential to be one of the stars in this league, and I just feel like he wasn't on the right team on the Pelicans to really become That, and then even right now, going to the Raps, I don't really love it. I don't really love the move for the Raptors. I could see Brandon Ingram on certain teams where he could really make a difference, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm
Yeah,
excited to see AD. I'm excited to see AD's debut. I think the Mavs is gonna be better than people
he
think.
had his debut already.
Oh, okay, I thought he wasn't gonna play the Wednesday. He
Got
played.
injured.
He
He
got
out.
injured already.
Yeah,
Oh my god! A street clothes. Street clothes.
he got he got injured, bro. This guy's gonna be in street clothes for.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh, man! I'm gonna tell you right now, Embiid might need another knee surgery. Oh wow.
Yeah, he needs another surgery. I don't know how to feel about Embiid. Like, I don't know if he's done.
I'm off that wave. I'm
Yeah,
done.
I think. Yeah,
All
I
right,
don't
so
know.
I'm gonna read you the story with this Anthony Davis. So he's expected to sit out multiple weeks because of a left adductor strain. That's what's going on right now.
That's crazy. So look, I know you not as well versed in the WNBA as you is in the NBA, but since you looking stuff up, look up the go to ESPN and look up the transactions that the WNBA just made. I don't think you informed on some of them. I want to know your thoughts on some of the transactions. Couple players switch teams.
I'm looking at it right now. Hold on.
Pay attention to like Indiana, Indiana, the Aces. The Sparks,
I'm looking at it on
those
my
particular
phone.
teams.
I gotta pull it up on let me pull it up on let me pull it up.
See what your thoughts are.
Let me see. Let me pull it
Your
up.
Liberty ain't make a move yet. I think they need to get a veteran bench player. They ain't make a move yet. We gotta see. They could have got. They could have got. I don't know if you're familiar with Marina Mabry. If they would have gave up the 7th pick, but they declined that trade, which is weird because I think that trade would have worked out for everybody. I think the Liberty would have got a veteran piece off the bench, right? That could shoot, that could have some firepower, some offensive power off the bench. Connecticut would have got the 7th pick, and could have helped them out and they rebuild. And Mabry would have been happy because she's contending for a championship. So I thought that would have been a perfect move. But I think Connecticut turned it down.
Okay, I'm on ESPN. I'm looking at
Either Connecticut or the Liberty. I forget who declined it. So one of them declined it. I think it was Connecticut.
So I see it says Jewel Lloyd headed to the Vegas Aces. Kelsey Plum is landed in. She's with the Sparks. Alyssa Thomas team. The Sableys with Phoenix. Mercury. Okay. Atlanta Dream. They also signed Brianna Jones too. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Damn, they also signed Brianna Jones, Atlanta Dream. Okay. Dewana Bonner. She got a 1-year deal with the Fever. Yeah, I'm looking at that stuff. That's what I see right now. Gabby Williams, she signed with the Seattle Storm. I was about to call him Superstorm.
Not a Superstorm is crazy.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the Supersonics. Okay. The Storm.
So Indiana.
The Storm re-signed. They They play. I can't pronounce her last name. I know her sister is on ESPN. Know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Mecca,
Yeah.
Mecca. Yeah, I don't want to fuck the name up.
Her name is NECA. But she resigned. I'm looking at that right now. But
Yeah, so
that was like 2 days ago.
the Indiana Fever look like they trying to get Caitlin Clark a championship.
How you feel about that?
I mean, if she, I feel two ways. One, I feel like stacking a deck for one player is corny, but at the same time, I'm not no hater. So if she win, she win, and her window is now. Her window is now, so she got to win. But I feel like it's kind of obvious they want her to win because that team went from having 3 All-Stars on it to them adding a player. Like they added another All-Star in DeWanna Bonner, so now I got 4 All-Stars on there. Then they added like a whole bunch of veteran role players, which I predicted all this. I said that's what they need to do. So I'm not mad at them for doing it. But yeah, now they in a position to win a championship, and I feel like they got it. They I feel like with the team they have now is championship or bust. They put themselves in that position. You know what I'm saying? But the Aces is building. A lot of people was leaving the Aces. So they basically building with a bunch of new people now. But I want to see what the new squad is going to look like around Asia Wilson. Like I said, the Liberty hasn't really made any moves. But I'm expecting them to make at least one move. They got to get a veteran on that bench. If they trying to win again, they're gonna have to get a veteran on that bench.
I think New York's so happy they got a championship in basketball. I don't think people be counting New York kid no more. They
Now
like
they got to because what the other teams around the league is doing, you got it. Because they starting lineup is fine. They're gonna have pretty much the same starting lineup from last year, so they're gonna be fine. But off that bench, they're gonna need a veteran to help lead those young players because you're gonna have a few young players, getting minutes next year. That's my brother AD. The players that they added chose to go there, bro. They want to play with her, see how I feel. That's a fact. That's a sample top fact.
yeah, only 3 games that was on the NBA today. That's crazy.
But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I feel like I like a lot of the moves that the NBA like. I like Fox to the Spurs, right? I don't know what that means for CP3.
Come off the
Right?
bench.
You think he ready to come off the bench? He been starting all season.
He been coming off the bench for the Warriors. I don't see what the problem is now.
Yeah, but we all know that was a terrible fit. Like that was just a waste of year with the Warriors.
It was, but I'll tell you like this,
I
right?
feel like this was a better fit for him. But Fox is dead now. He can come off the bench. I ain't mad at it, but
Listen, sports is all about the young players, and what it is that
not in the WNBA. We're gonna talk about that in a second. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you finish.
oh, what happened?
No. I agree with you, sports. So I say this all the time. I agree with you saying 1,000%. So me and you, we've been following the NBA for years, right?
Yeah,
And in the NBA, the NBA values young talent over a veteran that's been there for years, right? So like say if you got like perfect example I use is like Gilbert Arenas and somebody like John Wall, right? Gilbert Arenas was an all-star, but you bring in John Wall, who is gonna be a future all-star, the future of your franchise, and he takes over the spot, right?
right.
So that's what typically happens in the NBA. Anytime you draft a young star who has the potential to be an all-star or a great player, usually the veteran on that team days is limited. But in the WNBA is the opposite. In the WNBA, they value experience over youth. So you could draft a young star in the WNBA, but they might not get their job based on a player who just been in the league longer than them.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And that's a little weird because it's like the younger player, right? If the younger player is almost as good or just as good as that veteran, then you get in a bargain. You getting a cheaper player, right? And you getting a player with the potential to even be better than that vet you have. But the WNBA don't see it that way. They just like, nah, you don't got as much experience as this player, so we're not gonna play you.
It's kind of like that in football too. You know what I'm saying? They do the same thing in football. They
Yeah, I
value.
heard football is wild.
Yeah. They value because it's the same. The system is kind of set up the same like the WNBA. You know, you got to do some years before you could make your mark in the pros and stuff like that. So you got to stay in college longer, but they have like the same setup. You know, they value more of the veteran players than the young. But I mean, you have some anomalies like the kid that he plays for the Commanders. You know what I'm saying? Look, he took his team to the conference finals against the Eagles this year. He did his thing, but the Eagles was just too much. They just blew them out. You know what I'm saying? So, but with the NBA, they value more young players, and it seems like it's just getting younger and younger, and the kids are just getting. They look dumber and dumber the way they play. But Chris Paul, Chris Paul era is over, bro. Come off the bench. Like that's what you need to do. Just come off the bench. There's no. You're not out here like Steph Curry still putting up good numbers.
Now that's a
He
fact.
could he could be that veteran in the air for Fox and tell him, yo, listen, what you see on the floor. Look, I see this, I see that. You know what I'm saying? Yo, pay attention. You know what I'm saying? The guy's trailing behind you. You know, make sure look at that. Look, you missed the open guy. So look, when you run that play again, I guarantee you the guy gonna be open. So you can do that for him. You can do that for him. Teach him the ropes and stuff like that. But in terms of just trying to dominate and play defense, and no, them days is over. But these guys are young; they running you out the gym. So them days is over. Look, all the young teams in the West, they all in the top, and all the veteran teams in the West is on the bottom, except for the Lakers. And the Lakers got younger, so they're not even an old team no more. But all the veteran
How you
teams is.
feel about that Luka move?
Oh man, that Luca move.
I feel like they don't got no defense.
They don't got no defense. But the Luca move is basically for the future because LeBron could
Yeah,
say, I'm done after this season. He could say, I'm done after the season after that. You don't know
yeah.
when
You already played with Bronny. It's time to go. he already got his wish to play with his son. It's time to go.
Well, I mean, Luca favorite player is LeBron. So, I mean, that's probably his wish to play with him. So, pause. So, I get it. But that was very surprising. Now, Jimmy Butler to the Warriors. I don't understand that one.
Yeah,
I,
I don't know. I feel like
I
that
don't
move isn't
understand that.
that. I feel like that move isn't that impactful. Like compared to if KD would have went to the Warriors, or if LeBron would have went to the Warriors, I feel like it would have been more impactful. But Jimmy going there, I don't know how impact. Now, obviously, we know that Jimmy could, Jimmy could turn into playoff Jimmy at any time. And then also we know that the Warriors did have success with Andre Iguodala in the past, so he could do some of those things Andre Iguodala did. So we know that those two things we do know. But as far as what KD would have provided and what a LeBron would have provided, I don't know. I think that would have kind of pushed them over the needle to be some favorites, to be
Shout
a
out
to be a
back.
favorite. But I
I
don't.
don't want to see no Eagle fans all of a sudden in New York. You know, you know, those Eagle fans are all over the place, man. You got Eagle fans that's living out west. All of a sudden, they Eagle fans now.
Bodie Mac, what's going on? He from New York too, Bodie Mac.
Yeah. It's a bunch of them. But Jimmy Butler first game, he had 25 points.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah, I'm watching the highlights right now. He had 25 points. They was going against Chicago. Looked like they was losing.
Listen, anybody that's watching, that's my brother Page. Make sure y'all go to his page, like and subscribe. You know, he talks. Tell him what you talk about, Kev.
Yeah, I talk about the NBA. The only time I normally talk about the WNBA is when my boy Brooklyn's on the channel, so we talk about that too. But I mostly talk about the NBA. Well, today was basically the Super Bowl, so I just wanted to recap on that. One of the worst Super Bowls ever. So, but that's what I just normally talk about the NBA. That's what I normally do. Boxing, I talk about that sometimes too. If it's like a good fight that's going on. That's what we do on this channel. Please subscribe. YTC Podcast 24. Talk about the best NBA games that you want to see. But yeah,
listen, Wody Mac could be a good person to have on you. In fact, drop the link. I dropped the link in my chat. This way, Wody Mac always you always have an interesting conversation with Wody Mac, man.
Oh, he told you on Midwood in New York Ave. Okay, I know exactly what that is, man. That's right down the block from Empire. So yeah, I mean, I don't get that trade, but like I said, I don't excuse me. I don't get that trade, but he did. He had 25 points his first game. So he played okay. The Knicks got blown out by the Celtics. I think the Knicks is fronters. I think they front runners, man. I don't they don't have a bench. They didn't make no moves. They traded away their rebounder. So I guess they waiting for Mitchell Robinson to come back. But All-Star Weekend is coming up. So I'm not looking forward to it. All-Star Weekend has been boring. It's probably gonna be worse than the Super Bowl that just happened. So All-Star Weekend next week.
Oh yeah, All-Star Weekend ain't nothing to be excited about.
Nah, dunk contest. Mac LeClum is back in there again. Doodle, trash. I don't care about that. Lakers been playing some real good basketball. They wanna let me see.
Especially when you people that makes a try to at least make the All-Star game exciting is guys like Giannis. So we got one less guy in there with a motor, right? Somebody like maybe Anthony Edwards might try this year. You know, he was talking about last year, talking about, you know, none of the stars really want to play. So, you know, he one of the guys I could see trying to push them to play. If we're going to get a competitive All-Star game, we got to get guys who want to play and want to make it competitive.
Well, first of all, how about they stop snubbing people and put the right people in the game? How about they start doing that?
Bodie Mac said he subscribed to you too, by the way.
All right, good looking. Thanks for the subscriptions. Thanks for the subscribe, man. That's cool. Thanks, man. But I'm just saying, like, come on, man. Like, you snubbing Trae Young. You snubbing guys. Who else they snubbed? Who else they snubbed? They snubbed They snubbed one of the best assist guy in the league, and they snubbed one of the best rebounders. The best rebounder.
Braylon Clark fan, what's good? What's good? Hit the link. What's good, Braylon Clark?
Subscribe. Hit the link and subscribe.
Yeah, everybody subscribe to my boy page, man.
Subscribe to the podcast right now. YTC Podcast. Yo, that's crazy. Subscribe. Trying to be a little quiet. I don't want to make too much noise in the crib. It's late. I mean, Originally from the BX. Okay, all right. Shout outs to Wody Mac, man. Wody Mac, man.
It's a New York chat tonight.
It's New York chat. New York chat.
So what you guys thoughts in the chat? What you guys thoughts on the Super Bowl tonight? And if you're watching this on the playback, same thing. Make sure y'all talk to us in the comments. Tell us how y'all felt about this Super Bowl, this dominating performance by the Eagles.
Yeah, tell us about the
This
tell us
might have
about
been a
these
little
two
bit of
teams.
fatigue from Kansas City, though. You know, what I mean, it's you make it every year. You probably think you could cruise. You know, probably think you could cruise to another title. Nah, not this year.
I mean, the Swifties wasn't doing their job.
Look, I'm gonna cause some confusion. I'm gonna cause some confusion with my man Graylin Clark. I think we gotta blame Caitlin Clark, man. Ever since she connected with Taylor Swift, I don't know. It's been bad. It's been bad juju.
Nigga said she connected with Taylor.
You gotta leave the celebrities the angel. You know what I mean? She trying to get a little Angel Reese on it and threw the juju off.
Yo, you can see if you can still hear me. Yeah, all right.
Nah, I'm just joking. Shout out to Caitlin Clark. Listen, man. If anybody watching this, I don't hate Caitlin Clark, man. I know a lot of people think if you like Angel Reese, you got a problem. I think Caitlin Clark is good for the game. Shout out to Caitlin Clark. I won't say I'm a fan of her because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm really not a fan of hers. But I do support her. I do support what she means to women basketball. You know what I mean? Um, and I think, like I said, I think she's good for the game. So I definitely I like Caitlin Clark. There's things that I dislike about her, but there's a lot that I do like about her, right? And I'm honest. I'm gonna talk about both. I'm gonna talk about things that I like. I'm gonna talk about things I dislike. I mean, I'm gonna just be honest about that. So shout out to Caitlin Clark, though. I think she's great for the game. Shout out to Angel Reese. I think Angel Reese was there in attendance with Casanat and whatnot. You know, I mean, I think both Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark is great ambassadors for the game, right? Taking all types of feelings and biasness out because with those two people, a lot of their fans get real fiery, right? And they feel like it's war and it's not war. Like I've been called racist simply because I dislike something about Caitlin's game, and they call me racist for that. I'm like, y'all didn't mention race at all. You know what I mean? But that's what her fans do. You critique a game and you racist.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
But shout out to Caitlin Clark. Shout out to Caitlin Clark fans. Not all of her fans. I don't fuck with all of her fans. Some of her fans, the cool fans, I fuck with you. Shout out to all of y'all. The delusional ones, the crazy ones, the ones that's trying to cause confusion, the ones that's out there trying to push hate and preach hate, y'all can SMD. And y'all from New York, you know what that means. Y'all can SMD. But all of the ones that's cool and all the ones that just support Caitlin and just a fan of hers and we debate, I respect all of y'all. Shout out to all of y'all. We could have healthy debates all day. But if you a jerk, if you racist, if you all of those things, you can SMD.
Yeah, we don't do slander on this panel. We don't do none of that here. We don't do no slandering over here, man. But we tell it what it is.
We keep it fair. We keep it respectful. You know what I mean? Oh, but we also gonna keep it honest, no matter what we talking about. Men's basketball, women's basketball, our favorite players we don't necessarily like. If we're gonna talk about them, we're gonna keep it fair. We're gonna keep it honest. We're gonna keep it respectful. You feel me? Get to the comments, Kev.
Now, Wody Mack says he's optimistic about the Knicks. Right? He believed Jalen Brunson could bring a chip. It's not happening, man. The last time a small guard brought a chip was Isaiah Thomas. And
You
after
don't think
that,
Big
it's
Cat? You don't think Big Cat is enough?
nah. They need a bench, and they need a new coach. I don't like the Knicks coach. I'm not a fan of the coach. I think the way he coaches, he runs his player down to the ground. You see what he did last year to them. I mean, them dudes limped off the court.
Yeah, but I don't think a lot of that was his fault. I think his reputation he got blamed for last year. I don't think last year was technically his fault.
I think it was his fault. He had a bench. He just never played them. He had a bench. So
I think it was bad luck last year.
the Knicks can't even beat the Celtics, man. Yeah, you Knicks fans, y'all need to stop it. Y'all delusional, just like Cowboys fans. Y'all need to stop it, man. Y'all really need to stop this.
No, don't be like that, Kev. You was a Knick fan back in the day. At one point, you know what I mean? Remember young Kev. Remember little Kev that used to root. Remember Patrick Ewing and John Starks and you know what I mean?
Days is over, bro. I got smart. Days is over. I'm not going for that, man. Nope. I'm not doing that. Nah. You Knicks fans gotta stop this. Wody Mack said the Al Harrington days. Yeah, those were the worst days. The Al Harrington days. You're talking about the Zach Randolph days, the Stephon Marbury days. Those are the worst days of the Knicks. The Nate Robinson days, the David Lee days. Days is
They're
over.
leaving on the win the chip though.
Listen, the best basketball team in New York is the Liberty.
We'll talk about it. Talk about the Liberty, man. Let's talk about the Liberty. That's Wody Mac favorite team.
That's my favorite.
That's where y'all got in common.
That's my favorite team too. You know what I'm saying? The Rebecca Lobo, you know what I'm saying? Weatherspoon days, the Kim Hampton days. Couldn't give us a ring, but we finally got one, even though they gave us that ring.
Hey Wody, I still feel like even though it's probably not gonna happen because they already had a deal, I still feel like what's her name from Connecticut?
Hold that thought right now. Hold that thought. So welcome, Coach Marcus is in the building. We got Coach Marcus in the building. He got his.
We gotta talk about the Super Bowl. That's my brother, Coach. Hey, Coach Marcus. That's my brother, Kev, Coach Marcus.
What's up?
So little history about Coach Marcus, and correct me if I'm wrong, Coach Marcus. I just got this off of listening to you. Coach Marcus is actually an ex NFL player. He used to play for the Eagles, and then he went on to retire. And now he does content creation now. He does a lot of football analysis, great analysis by the way. But the Eagles is his team. So did I get that all correct, Coach?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I just wanted to set you up real quick. Go ahead.
Yeah. Was with the
Kev,
Eagles,
Coach, I do y'all thing.
You want to
was in the World League, was in CFL, but I rep my Eagles. I'm still in the South Jersey, Philadelphia area. As you can tell, I have little to no voice left.
It was a good night, huh?
So let me ask you this, right? Let me ask you this. I know you looking at it from the winning side, but did you expect this game to be like this total domination?
Yes, because defense wins championships. We beat the absolute dog shit out of the Chiefs. And the only reason they got 20 or 22 or whatever the score was,
because y'all relaxed.
We had our backups in.
yeah, y'all relaxed. I get it.
Kenny Pickett got snaps. But that's why I try to tell people, them people on TV, and ex-players included on TV, they do not watch enough tape. If you looked at the matchups, there's a reason why Philadelphia had the number one defense. Jalen Carter has been whooping ass all year. Year. But the one thing that everybody kept saying, yeah, the Eagles got the better team on paper, but I just can't see picking against Patrick Mahomes. Well, did you watch the tape? Did you watch the game against Buffalo? Did you see how James Cook gutted him? on the ground, and they spent all of that, put 8 men in the box to stop Saquon, and what happened? Jalen Hurts went off on him. So, and then the amount of crow that everybody's eating on Jalen Hurts is just ridiculous. Jalen can't throw. Jalen can't read a defense. The Eagles will never win a championship with that type of quarterback.
Well,
all of that type of stuff, man. And it's a whole bunch of passing yards at home watching this game on the couch.
Well, the last meeting that they had in the Super Bowl, it was a great game. When they lost by 3 points or something like that.
Yeah, they kicked the field goal to win it.
Right. So,
but Jalen Hurts outplayed Patrick Mahomes.
He did.
We lost that game because of our defense.
He did. But I'll tell you like this. I'm not an Eagles fan. I'm not a KC fan. So for a person like me watching a game, I feel like this Super Bowl was one of the worst Super Bowls ever. You know, like I don't like to see dominations like that. Like that's just boring to me. I mean, I watched it. I mean, everything was just horrible to me. The halftime show was bad. The commercials was bad.
You ain't like Kendrick?
No.
See, I don't need all the flash and glitz. Get in, get out, sing your songs, keep the production down to a minimum. Don't screw up the field, and get out of there. I thought it was great.
Nah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it. But shout out to
I'm with you, Coach. I enjoyed the Super Bowl performance.
My expectations weren't high for halftime anyway.
The halftime performance anyway.
Everybody wanted to hear a song. They heard it. He played some other ones. It was good. Me personally, I liked the little choreography they had because they reminded me, you know, I'm a frat boy. I'm an alpha, so I used to be in the step shows and all of that type of stuff when I was in college, and that's what it reminded me of. So I was like, okay, I can appreciate that. I saw a couple of, I saw Serena out there, and I'm sure there was a couple other people that I missed. But for me, it was short, sweet, to the point because I'm like, yo, let's get back to the game. Let's go. Let's get back to the game. So I was good, man. But just the sheer domination that the Eagles defense put on Kansas City was a thing of beauty.
Last time I saw a Super Bowl like that, I was just telling Brooklyn. Last time I saw a Super Bowl like that is when my Giants went against the Ravens. I think that was in 2000. They got smacked 41-3 or something like that.
Was that the Trent Dilfer year?
Yeah. Trent Dilfer. Yeah, one of the worst quarterbacks. Yeah. The Ravens defense they just annihilated the Giants. So that was the last time I saw something like that. But
the defense, listen, man, defense wins championships. If they can't score, they can't win.
You're right.
All of that smack that people talk, because I study film. I watch film almost every day. And I'm looking at stuff, and exactly what I thought was going to happen happened. That left guard and that left tackle, Caliendo, and that left tackle, Tooney. Tooney is a borderline Hall of Fame guard. They moved him out the tackle because they had an injury, and he ain't been the same. And they got exposed. And Josh Sweat, I thought at one point Josh Sweat was going to be the MVP because he had 2.5 sacks.
Mm-hmm. So how many? They sacked him about how many times? Like 5 times tonight?
I believe we ended up with 7 sacks on the night.
Yeah, he was running for his life out there.
7 sacks and a pick 6.
Yeah, he was running.
And a pick 6.
He was running for his life out there. It was bad. It was bad.
Didn't bother me now.
Well, you a Eagles fan, so of course it's not gonna bother you.
Well, I can't wait to go down to this parade. If they treat us like they did last time they had all the alumni. We were literally right.
So it comes down Broad Street.
Yeah, it comes down It go down Broad Street, but it ends at the Art Museum.
Okay, no problem. It's kind of similar to when the Liberty won. They went down Broadway.
Exactly.
Down
you gotta
the City
take
Hall.
Obvious path. That's the place that everybody knows.
Yeah.
And then with the Art Museum, that's enough room for everybody.
Right.
And we had to be at the I had to be at the NovaCare complex. This was in 2017. I had to be at the NovaCare complex at like 5 a.m.
Right.
They put us on buses and they drove us to the Art Museum. So it was had to be about 50 or 60 alumni players.
Right.
We had to wait at the Art Museum until parade got there. So we was at the art museum for like 3 hours.
Wow.
Just sitting around, but it was cool because it was all ex-players. We all just sitting around talking, just cutting up, cracking jokes or whatever. Then Harold Carmichael came in and talked with us. And this was before he was Hall of Fame. And just, just being around the fellas, man, and being around, it's like being around family you ain't seen in a minute. Like you don't miss a beat. And then that camaraderie and that brotherhood comes in, and man, it's just you just have a good time. But we was in there for a good almost 2.5, 3 hours. And then we came outside as they got to the art museum. Then you had the podium at the Rocky Steps or whatever, and they had seats directly in front of the podium, and that's where all the alumni would sit. And then they had everything else roped off, and that's where all of the public crowd was. Man, it was crazy. But we had it was cold too. So hopefully it won't be as cold this year. But I'm looking forward to it.
Shout out to Henry Hendricks. So you tell us about you.
Oh, that's my boy. Hold on. That's my boy. Let me set him up now. All right, so we got the Eagle fan in here. That's my boy, Coach. Henny Hendricks is wavy. That's my boy. He's a Chief fan. So Henny, tell us how you felt about the game.
Oh, that's wavy. Oh, wavy, what up, man?
Wavy, you might be muted, bro. We can't hear you.
Wavy is quiet. Let me unmute him. Oh, I can't unmute him. I guess Wavy is a little salty right now. He can't talk.
It's all bad. Is that him in the chat that put F the Eagles?
Probably.
Okay. Hey man, listen, don't leave mad, just leave.
Yo, Henry, I'll mute your mic.
It's all good.
So come on, man. Listen, they annihilated you dudes right up out of the freaking field.
We made y'all go outside and pick your own switch.
Hey, really quick. This is my brother Kevin's page. Everybody that's watching, make sure y'all go to YTC Podcast 24 and show him support. And subscribe to him. Click the like button. He normally talks about basketball, and a lot of different things. And then shout out to Pro Fan Talk, the guy with the Eagles jersey. That's my brother, Coach Marcus. You can find him at Pro Fan Talk, and he normally talks football. So if you want football content, Coach Marcus is where you need to be. Pro Fan Talk. Go tune into him. If you want basketball content, NBA content, then YTC Podcast 24 is where you need to be. Go subscribe to both of those brothers. Hit the like button and show them support. You getting an alternative to ESPN and FS1 and all these platforms. You're getting an alternative sports tape. You know what I mean? This is where you come give. You want some interesting alternative sports tape. This is where you come get it at. So definitely shout out to these two brothers and subscribe and like them.
All right. Listen, Wavy, this is not ESPN where you gotta wear the suit and tie. You can't curse. You say what you want to hear, bro. All right.
I'm gonna start this shit off by saying "fuck the Eagles." That's what I'm gonna start this shit off. That's how I'm gonna start my motherfucker. I ain't even want to be fucking up here, but I'm driving home right now, and it just so happens I'm on this motherfucker.
Hey, Wavy. So, what was your thoughts on the game? What was your thoughts on the game, big bro? Matter of fact, hold on. Before we get to your thoughts, I know you was excited because I know how big of a Chiefs fan you are. So I know you was excited to watch the game. So tell me about your whole day. Like, tell me how you prepared for the game before you even got to the game. Tell me like what you was preparing for, and then get into the game.
Nigga, I just got dressed and went to watch the game. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about. I ain't got no pregame shit.
No. I didn't mean that. This is what I meant. You know how dominant the Chiefs been. So I'm saying you couldn't afford seeing this. There's no way you could afford. So I'm saying you probably got excited. You probably like, oh, I'm about to go watch this game. It's about to be a good. So that's what I'm saying. Like, tell me what your thoughts was leading up to the game, and then watching the game.
Well, the Chiefs hasn't been dominant. The refs has been dominant for them. So That's
Okay,
how they.
okay.
Listen,
That's
listen,
how they
listen.
been
I'm
winning their
getting
games.
tired of y'all motherfuckers out here saying that the Chiefs is paying the refs and all of that. Listen, y'all saying that because we don't got a spy gate, we don't got a deflate gate, we not out here cheating. So y'all just saying anything at this point to try to, throw salt on the Chiefs.
Well, y'all should have did
Talk your
something at the
shit,
Super
Wavy.
Bowl.
Talk
You
your
should have.
shit.
Y'all should have did something at the Super Bowl. Then maybe y'all could have won.
Listen, we had like 6 yards of penalties. First off, that's terrible.
Oh, so now you know how it feels to get penalties.
Ain't you a Giants fan?
I am.
All right, stop talking to me. On your platform. Stop talking to me on your platform, nigga. I want to talk to the Eagles man over there.
Let's go. Holler at me.
So how did you feel playing the back-to-back
Hold on.
champs?
Before you go, hold on, Wavy. Let me give you some backstory. Now, I already told y'all my brother, Coach Marcus, used to play for the Eagles. You know, he retired, and now he's doing, he's content creating. My brother Henny used to play semi-pro, right? And he could have went
How
pro,
you
but he
compare
could.
semi-pro to what he
No,
did?
I'm not comparing it. I'm just telling your story.
All right.
A lot of
I'm
people
about
don't
to
know
say
you.
that's backyard
Now, I
football.
just want people to know you actually played. You get
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
with
You
his
actually
40. He
played.
had that 49ers uniform on. The fake one.
My brother Henny actually played. He
That's
could have went
crazy.
pro. He could, he could tell his own story why he didn't go pro and none of that. But I just want to let people know you got a background in playing. Like
Oh
you're
yeah,
not just a
definitely,
fan.
most definitely. I'm definitely
Yeah,
a fan.
yeah, yeah. And I think you played what, fullback
I played running back
or
in
running back?
high school.
Yeah, you
Me
play
as well.
running back. All right, best. I just want to give you a little backstory. But yeah, do your thing. You was asking your question.
I want to know how he felt going against the back-to-back champs.
Uh, I felt just fine because we had the
You ain't
best
the champs no more.
defense, man. I don't fall into that, man. I watch tape, and what the tape told me was the Chiefs had a very big problem with Caliendo, the left guard, and Tooney, the left tackle. Like I mentioned earlier, Tooney is a borderline Hall of Fame guard.
Guard,
But
yeah,
when
he's
they
a
had to
guard.
move him out to tackle, he hadn't been playing as much. He hadn't been playing as well. But the problem was Caliendo. Caliendo was a turnstile, and Jalen Carter and Milt Williams and Josh Sweat got the best of him.
They
Defense
definitely
wins
did.
championships. And I'm
Sweat
saying
was
that as a
busting his
running back.
ass. Yeah, listen, that front four right there that was there, they was killing our O line. They was just
Yeah,
stronger and dominated. I ain't even gonna hold
yeah. Aaron Donald retired, and Jalen Carter picked up that slack with the quickness. He is that good in the second year.
you. Y'all had me at my girl's house punching the air.
Damn, yo. It
It
was
be
that.
like that sometimes.
It was that bad, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah, I felt like a Giants fan.
we beat the dog shit out of y'all.
Well, you know what? I was just telling this Eagles fans right here,
I
this Eagle
definitely
fan right
did.
here.
I
I
definitely
was telling
did.
him
I did not
one of
expect
the
it to be the way it
worst.
was.
I was telling him one of the worst Super Bowls I've ever saw was when the Eagles got blown out by the Ravens in 2000. That's probably one of the worst. This goes right up there with that. Like this shit was crazy.
I wouldn't take it that far.
This shit was. I mean, the only reason y'all scored 20 something points because they
We had their
bench.
backups there. That's the
Yeah,
only
they
reason James
backups.
Worthy
Yeah.
scored. James Worthy scored on our backup.
Listen, tomato,
The fact
tomato.
that our backups got a chance to play, that's mop up duty right there.
I really thought y'all was gonna do something in the second half, and turns out to be, I was looking like straight
Listen,
doodle.
yep, absolutely. He was looking like poop out there. Not even going front. But
Yo, we can't. You gotta repeat that. You gotta
Yeah,
repeat that. Henny,
you gotta
your mic
repeat
went
that,
out.
bro. That's that bad reception out there.
oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I'm on the highway right now.
Got you.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm in the middle of the highway on my Evelyn Road.
we got another guy.
Area.
We got DZ in the building. Shout out to DZ.
Hey, let me get my brother Deezy an introduction. So my brother Deezy is neutral in this aspect. He's a a Green Bay fan.
Okay.
So DZ, what was your thoughts
Packers.
on the Green Bay Packers? What was your thoughts on this domination tonight?
Yo, the Super Bowl was boring, yo.
Thank you. Thank
listen,
you.
Hey,
listen, but
yo,
it makes sense. It's a neutral fan, right? It
hey,
makes
yo.
sense.
So look, yo, I ain't even gonna hold you. Hey, I'm gonna call him by his name up here. Hey, Henny Hendricks.
Yo, leave me alone, bro.
I'm appalled. I'm appalled by y'all behavior.
Hey, by the way,
Listen, I'm a pole
both of
too,
these,
man.
Kenny Hendricks and DZ and Kev for that matter, these are all my brothers, by the way.
Hey, yo, I'm appalled by your behavior, bro. Nah, I ain't gonna hold you. Yo, mentally they was out of the game. Like when the cameras panned and showed the Chiefs, bro, they was defeated before this. They went into the second half. Like they was defeated before the
Yeah,
second quarter was over.
I can agree
yeah.
with
Like,
that.
I
You
saw a
got
lot of
Chris
that on their
Jones
faces.
crying.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that on their faces for the game was over. Like they just looked defeated.
I was crying when they panned the screen. What's his name? Mayhew.
hey, yo, but I'm not. I can't hold you. You know, I don't. I ain't even gonna hold you. Shout outs to bro up here.
Going on him.
I can't
I
even.
don't know
I'm
how he
far from my
feels
phone.
about
Shout
this.
outs to coach because I mean, salute. Y'all got the bowl. You know what I'm saying? But
Appreciate it.
like, I'm a Packer fan, so you know,
It's all
it's
good. You
still.
see my
It's still.
probably hard to see. You see my window in the back with
Yeah.
my Tom
Yeah.
Grossi poster.
Yeah.
Yeah, he rated my channel a couple weeks ago.
Nah, that's what's up.
Yeah, that was cool.
Nah, that's what's up. Like,
That's cool.
I don't know. Like, yo, like I said, it was boring, yo. And then I'm not saying it was like a poor performance boring. I just feel like
You wanted some
they
drama.
they they kicked y'all ass so bad. Any son, man, Wavy, they kicked y'all ass bad, bro.
Nah, I
Like
could co-sign that. I could
Yeah.
that
co-sign.
shit
Not to
made the
cut you off,
game
DZ.
boring.
Yo, I was watching you and Diesel. You know I'm not into football like that, but I had it
Yeah,
on. I had the game on mute, and I just kept. I only took it off mute. All right, so let me before. Let me land my plane there. I want to ask both Henny and DZ. What was your thoughts on the halftime performance?
hey, I, look,
That
look.
shit
I'm gonna
was
go into
that shit
this.
was terrible.
I'm gonna break it down like this, y'all. I said this before. I had a debate with a couple of my boys. Kendrick is the hot right now, so that's why I understand why they went with him. But to the crowd, if you looked around the crowd, it was just dull to me. Like I get the storytelling on our standpoint of view. Everybody knew what it was to me. I just feel like he took that. Let me take this level. I got the main stage. I'm gonna take this hit towards Drake. But to me, it was dope. It was theatrical, but
Yo,
I just
DZ,
feel like it should have been a better draw for the crowd. Like no funny shit. Somebody like The Weeknd or some shit like that, I think would have been perfect for the bowl. But like I
DZ,
had this debate with my
Yo, hold
boys.
on,
DZ, I said the
hold on,
same.
Kev. Hold
I
on,
said
really
the
quick, Kev.
same thing, man.
Hold on,
Yeah,
really quick. Hold on, really quick. I want to shout out my brother, uh, um, Simply Ball dropping in the chat right
ASAP.
now. KSAP, my brother KSAP, Simply Ball dropping in the chat right now. Shout out to him.
You got this one, K-Sap.
He's a Vikings fan. My brother KSAP is a Vikings fan. So he another neutral viewer. But you know, he's been the one that's been supporting me and supporting a lot of us and doing our WNBA stuff. So I just want to shout him out being in the chat right now. But get
That's the
Kev.
one with the weird beard.
You gonna get him started. He said,
Yo,
Hitty, he said he wasn't talking about me. He was talking about it was another guy. There's another guy named
Causing
HD.
confusion. Causing
Yeah,
confusion.
he was like, he talking about HD. He said, my bed always straight. He said, you talking about HD.
Oh
yo,
no, that might be homie I seen with the weird beard.
but I was saying it like this though, right? I was saying it like this. This Super Bowl to me was just, I think it was just trash. Like I didn't like it. I ain't like nothing. I didn't like the
I
commercials.
think
I ain't like nothing.
the only people who probably enjoyed the Super Bowl obviously is the Eagles fans, right? Because if you were a Kansas Chiefs fan, you definitely hated this Super Bowl. And if you was just a casual viewer, it was it was no reason for you to watch. Like it was
yo,
complete
no
domination.
funny shit, no funny shit. Like I said, the game. I'm not taking nothing from the Eagles when I'm speaking on the game at all. Like salute to them, they won the ball. They kicked ass. The game got boring when that shit went probably 17-0.
Nah, I think it got boring once that shit said
But
24.
let me ask y'all a question though. Is that the Eagles' fault or is that Kansas City fault?
That's
You
what
feel
Kansas
what I'm
City
saying?
came.
It's
Kansas
Kansas
City
City
came
for.
to stop Saquon Barkley. They forgot it's a fucking quarterback on that team.
Yeah, the one
But
that can't
from
throw
what
and
I
can't
heard, and
win,
listen,
and that guy.
y'all could correct me if I'm wrong because I don't know as much as football as y'all do. But from what I gathered, a lot of people was like down on Jalen Hurts, putting him down as if he wasn't good enough. Do you think that has something to do with it?
Look again. Salute to you, coach. I'm not slandering your boys. If if I had to draft quarterbacks, I wouldn't have Jalen Hurts in my top 5.
That's all good.
And it's not hate, bro. It's just I just like somebody that I know that could sling the rock and drop that ball in the bucket if I
Hey
needed to.
man, like I said, it's opinions
Y'all
are like
Super Bowl
assholes.
champ,
Everybody
so
got one.
you
But at
got the
the end
right
of
to
the
just
day,
be like, you know what I'm saying? You got the right to be like, nigga, we Super Bowl champs. I don't care. Like,
it's
but
all
I'm
right.
just saying, like, if I had the choice to redraft or the whole NFL was to restart, I wouldn't have him in my top 5. Salute to him.
And that's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair. But what I say is there's a whole lot of passing yards that was on the couch watching this game.
indeed.
So
Indeed.
you
And
know, you
can I
have
That's a
no
can I
right
fact.
just can
to
I
say
ask
that,
you one
but
question?
sure.
Do you feel like see it's a team sport, so this a crazy question. But do you feel like it was hurt solely that got y'all to where y'all at right now?
No, it was Saquon.
Okay, all right. That's what I wanted to ask you without saying Saquon. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
but
Nah.
here's the thing. People take jabs at Jalen, and he had some down games this year. So the criticism is valid. Again, like I told you, I'm a former player, so the film don't lie, right?
Yeah.
But everybody goes through that. Stafford had bad games. You saw what Jared Goff did when he had his opportunity in playoffs.
Oh
Josh
yeah.
Allen had bad games.
Everybody crumble. Everybody crumble. Jordan
But
Love crumbled a couple times. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
but here's the difference. You remember that game when Josh Allen threw for 120 yards, but still won the game with his legs? He didn't
Yeah,
get the
of
same
course.
criticism as Jalen Hurts.
Even that game Josh Golf won, and I think he probably had less than 100 yards, and they kicked ass that game. They
Exactly.
blew. I forgot who it was, but they blew him out.
But without getting into the isms and the ists of it, everybody wants that stereotype quarterback that checks all the boxes. They want the 6'4" guy with the golden arm, and they want all of those boxes checked. But
Yeah, yeah,
the one thing that Jalen said is, I'm not trying to win game throwing yards. I'll do whatever it takes to win at any given time. Period.
yeah.
If it's handing it off, he hands it off. And all of
I'm not
the
going. I'm not going to hold y'all though. I wanted my boy Saquon to do dirt. Let's like. I wanted him to go crazy tonight, yo.
you
And
knew they was
I
gonna
he,
stack
know
the
he
box
wasn't
on.
going to do that though.
You knew they was gonna stack the box on.
yeah.
They had
I
8
know
men on the box.
Vegas.
If you really look at the stats, the top 5 running backs going against the Kansas City Chiefs, the most yards ever attempted was like 43 yards or something like that. That's one of the
Yeah,
top
they
5
never
running
gave
backs.
up 100 yards in the postseason. I
Yeah,
bet
let
a
me
lot, so I
introduce.
pay attention to a lot of stats. And
Now
the
Yeah,
let
but
Chiefs
me.
never gave up 100 yards in the postseason.
that's a
In the
sore
Now,
playoffs.
subject for
now
me.
let,
'Cause
let,
that's the Kellen Moore issue. Because as a running back, why do you continue to try to run the ball up the middle? If you're going to have zone reads off tackle to outside, stretch the defense out, then go up the middle.
Talk that
That's your
talk,
best.
player. Talk that talk, player.
That's the best thing to do as a running back. But for whatever reason, Kellen Moore likes to go up the middle and he tries to force the issue. That's why he getting 2 and 3 yards at a crack. You got to stretch the defense out so you can set up a cutback or a trap play or whatever you want to do. Kellen Moore's done the same thing all year. The long runs that Saquon has had, you take the one that he did against the first play on the offense against Washington. That was the pitch play, but the other play, he hit it on the inside hip of the tackle and then bounced it outside.
Yo, my man
He
is
drew
talking that
everybody
talk.
inside and bounced it outside.
Yeah, he know what he talking about right
He
there.
talking
hey,
that
let me
talk.
introduce. That's why.
Man,
That's why I shut up. Hey, let me introduce Big Bro. We got Big Bro
what up,
K-Sap in
K-Sap?
here, man. And you know, K-Sap don't need no introduction. Everybody know K-Sap in these YouTube streets. Hey, K-Sap, what was your thoughts on the game tonight, brother?
Man, look, I just got to the crib, man. I was listening to y'all as I was pulling up. And congratulations, Coach Marcus.
Appreciate it, bro.
But
Start there, right?
this is what I want to say. Who's that? D Leezy
Deezy.
973?
Like 2
Easy.
letters, Deezy.
Deezy, I'm sorry, I
Nah,
apologize.
you good, bro.
So you're a Packer fan, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm a Viking fan, as you can see, right?
I can see that.
I had no horse in the fight. But listen to what y'all talking about. It was a boring Super Bowl and things like that. I mean, why would y'all say it was a boring Super Bowl? Is it because y'all didn't want Philly to win and y'all expect?
No, I'm saying because of the ass whooping, bro. I like to watch a game and be like on the edge of my seat. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it was a trash game, no performances. Nah, I'm just saying I was watching like, oh, this shit is over. Like it wasn't no point in me watching the second half.
No, it was about time that somebody put the beat down on Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas.
Oh no, and you know what I'm saying? A lot of people wanted that to happen. I'm cool with that. I just want. Look, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I took off work today. I wanted to see a good game.
No, I didn't want to see a good game.
That's how you was watching it. You went into the game and say, "Fuck Mahomes."
No. The reason, all the points that Coach Marcus pointed out. This is the reason why I'm glad that Philly put the smack down on them. Because you don't leave it in the officiating's hands. You see how the game started off on that bad offensive pass interference. That was a bad call, right? So then you said to yourself, like, here we go again. So in order to beat Patrick Mahomes and these referees, you got to slaughter these cats. And that's exactly what they did. And coming into this game, I said to myself, Kansas City Chiefs run game against Philly, against that front four, is not going to be there. Kareem Hunt ain't going to get it done. Pachinko ain't gonna get it done.
Kansas City run game is non-existent. I'm sorry, baby.
But listen,
that shit don't exist no more.
But listen, in the playoffs, man, Kareem Hunt was getting it done. He was getting it done. So now you coming with Philadelphia, you coming with that front floor, and you got to say to yourself, they never blitzed Patrick Mahomes and still had 6 sacks.
We had
quick question.
Yo, hold that question, DZ, because Henny asked K-Sap a question too. He wanted to know why did you feel like that call was what'd you say, Henny? Why you feel like that call was bogus?
That was a bad call because look, if you look, AJ Brown was going down the field against they was jockeying for position. They both was catfighting, and just the fact that he put his hand on his face, man, he didn't obliviously push him off. It was just a touch of the face mask.
He did it twice though. You know you can't do that.
Bad call. But he did not extend himself. He did not extend his arm to push him off to get an advantage.
But it was enough.
They did have a makeup call after that though.
Exactly. That was a makeup call. I was gonna say that, Coach
unnecessary roughness on Saquon.
That was a bad call.
On Nick Bolton, I was like, that's weak sauce.
Yeah, and when I was watching, I said to myself, that's a makeup call. This is the points that y'all guys got to understand something. Every game that Kansas City has won, it's always been a close battle where everybody goes to the next day. All the officials bailed them out, gave them the game. So going into this game, I said, Philly got to blow these cats out. If somebody going to blow somebody out, it's going to be Philly from the points, because even though Saquon had 25 carries, 57 yards, right? But they didn't abandon the run, right? Because he still had 25 touches, right? So now I said to myself, I'm going to trust the Eagles receivers better than I'm going to trust Kansas City's receivers. Now, if you put Patrick Mahomes in an uncomfortable situation where you don't let him get his feet set, he's going to throw some errant passes. He turned into Baker Mayfield tonight because they put that pressure on him. And if you notice, they put the pressure on him straight up the middle.
Oh, he was running for his life.
You got to remember, Philly got the #1 pass defense in the league, and they got the front.
That's what I'm trying to say, DZ.
They got one of the best top, you know what I'm saying, defensive linemen out there too. They gritty. So
going into this game, Philadelphia had the better squad overall.
I took Philly all day on the sports books. I'm not going to hold you.
I just don't understand y'all saying it was a boring game.
Let me hold $2.
I was loving everything that I was seeing out there because everything that Coach Marcus said about
I don't want you.
This is what I'm saying is a boring game.
I'm just saying it was boring to me.
I'm just like him. I want to be on the edge of my seat.
Not for this Super Bowl. Not this time.
You know what? I'm gonna keep it a buck. I came out in the second half like, yo, I already know how this is about to go. Kansas City gonna score a couple touchdowns. The announcers gonna start talking about, and it didn't happen. So it was just like, damn, like this hit. And then I'm not going to hold you the halftime show. The halftime show had me wrapping up my plate. I'm like, all right, y'all, I'm going to see y'all tomorrow.
I'm always curious is if the sentiment would be the same if we would have got the shit beat out of us.
Exactly.
I would have said the same thing, bro. I would have said the same thing, bro.
I would have said the same thing. So
I would have said the same thing. That's why I said don't think it's shade towards you. I'm just telling you, it was a boring. I'm not talking about the teams. I'm talking about the game. It was a boring.
From my point of view, from my point of view, I understand what everybody is saying. Like I kind of agree with DZ and Kev. I feel like it was a boring game, but that's because I don't have a dog in a race. But I do understand what K-Sap is saying because some games is like that. Some games you don't want to leave nothing up to chance for nobody to mess it up. So I do understand K-Sap's point. I'm not mad at it. I'm just talking about simply from a viewer standpoint and me tuning into a game. I'm gonna keep it all the way at that. Wow, I had the game on mute the whole time. I just kept looking at the score and kind of what DZ said when it got to halftime. I'm like, all right, here's where Kansas City fight back.
I'm sure.
And then when it didn't fight back, yeah, DZ.
I'm sure a lot of fellas text their ladies and say, "Yo, I'll be home early tonight."
Nah, but the thing about it is, Philadelphia took the fight out of them. They took the fight out of them early, right? And I go back to, like I told Coach Marcus when we talked on this show, and we had a show before when I was talking about how Kansas City won that last Super Bowl against Philly. Yeah. If it wasn't for Jalen Hurts fumbling that ball and they had that scoop and score, that was a 3-point Super Bowl, right? That was the difference. So now I'm saying to myself, this time I told Coach Marcus, I wanted Philly to get that get back. And I wanted them to get that get back in the old-fashioned ass whipping where you putting your goddamn pads on, helmet on helmet, man on man, and you playing old-fashioned football.
Hey, real quick, K-Sap. Hey, hold on, Henny. Henny, he might not know this. I just want to make sure my brother K-Sap know this. Really quick, K-Sap. Henny Hendricks is a Chiefs fan, just to let you know. So we got a Chiefs representative and an Eagles representative on the panel.
Oh, that's why he said that pass interference was a good pass. I understand. I mean, I would say the same thing if it was my team playing.
Hey, Henny, what you were saying? No, I ain't mean to cut you off.
Oh, I was saying, damn, what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying already. I smoked.
You were saying that your team got blown out. That's what you were saying.
You are a Giants fan, brother.
They took the fight out of Henny too. They took the fight out of Henny too.
The Eagles own you, bro. Like
Henny, let me ask you a question, Henny. They took the fight out of you early too, didn't they?
The Eagles own you too, man.
I was punching the air by the second quarter.
See, that's what I'm saying, and I respect that because you're a Chiefs fan and you didn't say it was a boring Super Bowl.
No, I was trying to get my guys back in it.
That's what I'm saying. So for the casual fan out there looking that don't have a horse in the fight, they gonna say that.
But yeah, that's what I said. I said that earlier. I said earlier that the Eagles fan is obviously happy, right? The Chiefs fan is obviously pissed right now.
Yeah.
And the casual fan, we all bored. Like anybody who ain't have a dog in the race, it was just like
it was like y'all got here for this. Like y'all got on the main stage for this.
Outside of y'all, outside of DZ, Kev, and you, Brooklyn, I'm trying to figure out. I understand where y'all coming from, but if the Chiefs would have won this game in this same fashion,
I would feel the same way.
I'll say the same thing.
No, I'm not talking about you guys. I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about the other fans. The other fans,
it'd be a lot of hate.
It'd be a lot of hate and a lot of glazing. It'd be a lot of hate and a lot of glazing on Patrick Mahomes, where Patrick Mahomes can't do no wrong. Because
I agree with that.
You saw what happened when he threw that one touchdown when he was running up the sideline. He threw that ball to Worthy. I said, Tom Brady and them, there y'all go. Don't start glazing him. That's going to be the talk of the town. Oh, Patrick Mahomes never gave up. He gave it his all. See, I don't like stories
to your point, K-Sap. Hey, K-Sap, to your point, you know who I didn't hear nothing about tonight?
Who?
Taylor Swift.
That's what I'm saying. And the crazy thing about
it, they showed her once.
But Henny,
showed her once. Henny, she was looking pissed.
You know what happened, Henny? I'm gonna tell you what happened, Henny. Goddamn, Travis Kelce turned back into a white boy. That's what happened.
He definitely did.
He started with that haircut.
Yeah, his swag, all his swag is gone.
Hey, K-Sap, you know what I said earlier? I said I was joking around. You know what I mean? You shout out to the Caitlyn supporters. I was like, it's Caitlin Clark fault. I said ever since she tried to be like Angel Reese and link up with Taylor Swift, linking up with the celebrity, she threw their juju off.
But the crazy thing about that, I think they only showed her one time. Did they only show her one time, Coach?
One time.
Yeah.
By the time as soon as they showed her, they was already getting blown out. So it was like, what's the sense showing her again?
And the funny thing is, she from Philly.
Yeah.
She a Philly girl.
Taylor Swift. Word?
She from
I ain't know that.
Philadelphia suburb.
Well,
really quick. I just
she
you
trying
just
to rep her
reminded
man.
me.
She trying to
You
rep
just-
her man. That's
you
what
just
she
rem-
trying to do.
You just reminded me, Coach Marcus. DZ also in Jersey with you. Y'all on different sides of Jersey. You in South, he in North, but y'all both in Jersey.
Yeah, Taylor Swift. Before she got with Travis, you could probably look it up. There's a lot of pictures on the internet with her in Philly gear. Eagles gear. She was a big time Philly fan until she got with Travis. Then she started supporting her man. I ain't mad at her for that.
Oh no, you can't be mad at her for that. And one thing, I will take my.
She got a 2-for-1.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'll tip my cap to Coach Marcus because Coach Marcus said it best, man. When they said a lot of people got mad when they set Saquon down that last game going for Eric Dickerson's record, but Coach Marcus came out. It's out there on tape. It's out there in the YouTube streets where he said, "Well, if they play Saquon Barkley and he gets that rushing record and goes into the playoffs and goes into the Super Bowl and lose, it don't mean nothing." You know what I'm saying? You got to understand, Saquon Barkley is only the second running back in the Super Bowl era to rush for over 2,000 yards and win a chip.
One of
you see
two.
what I'm saying? Yeah, Terrell
Davis.
Yeah. So he went out there and said
Broncos.
that. I mean, they did the right thing by setting Saquon down. Saquon wasn't bothered by that. Saquon wanted that ring. And he got it. I see you drinking on that good old Corona. We're not going to promote them tonight.
Nah,
but
this
I
is
see
not
you.
Corona, man. This is, I don't drink beer. This is cider.
Oh, apple cider. Okay.
Hey, K-Sap, you bringing up Saquon is a perfect segue for me to introduce the Giants fan. How do you feel as a Giants fan, Kev, seeing Saquon Barkley win the championship?
Kev all over the place.
Nah, I'm happy for him though.
No, you're not.
Of course, we happy for him.
No. I'm happy for him.
We not, listen, of course, we want to know how you feel. We want to know how you feel as a Giants fan. We know we all happy for Saquon, but we want to know as a Giants watching this happen. How do you guys feel?
A lot of Giants fans I know just said the same thing Kev just said. They happy for him. Like
I'm happy.
they mad their organization ain't do right.
Yo, DZ, you know what you say? You know when you see your ex-girl level up and she with another nigga, and you gotta say the right thing. You gotta say the right thing.
Hey,
That's
yo,
what
nah,
that is, DZ.
Nah, Kev.
Hey, yo, I can't hold you. It's I don't know. I got different looks. Like even when Rodgers left and went to the Jets, I wasn't mad because I just felt I didn't know the backstory. So I'm like,
yeah, but that was a.
But Rodgers ain't win with the Jets.
No,
though,
but
so
that's about to say.
He winning. He also showed
girl,
outside looking in. He showed his true colors too. You was like, damn, maybe he is a diva.
Okay, so you're not mad about that.
That's a situation where your ex girl leave and do worse.
Yeah,
we talk about a situation where your ex girl leave and do better.
Nah, no lie. I think, yo, you got to remember the Giants wasn't doing nothing for Saquon. They didn't want Saquon.
Yeah.
Saquon ain't just ink up a new deal.
No, but that's my point. It's the Giants' fault.
Yeah, so why would he be mad? That's what I'm saying. Why would Kev be mad at that?
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
You got to remember,
I'll be salty, man.
When the Giants, the Giants' fault was number one when they re-signed Daniel
Jones.
Number two,
that was their mistake there.
They didn't bother to shore up their offensive line. That's always been the problem. So every time we played Saquon when he was with the Giants, all 6 years when he was with was it 6 or 7 years, whatever it was.
6 years.
We would hold Saquon to nothing, and then all of a sudden, somewhere late in the third or fourth quarter, he bust out a 50-yarder or a 60-yarder. He always had that in him, but the offensive line was just god awful. And then when he comes to Philly, and you behind arguably the best offensive line in football, it's gonna pay dividends. Because we all know that Saquon didn't want to leave. You don't just leave a place like that. You still got, events set up. You still got football camps set up. So you just don't cut all of that off because you got traded, especially when you down the street. So he had contacts. And the truth of the matter is, Saquon didn't want to leave New York. He wanted to retire a Giant.
Mm-hmm.
So
that'll make you feel salty, Coach.
Was started by what's his name?
Tiki Barber. I'm not. Yeah, Tiki Barber was the salty about it.
Man, Tiki Barber, man, he was out of pocket. For that,
he was out of pocket.
Hey, Coach, really quick, that's your jersey?
Yes, they gave us this. Yeah. This was our. I tell you, hold on.
He got one hanging in the Raptors.
That's what I was asking. I thought that was his jersey he had on.
Nah, he got one.
This is mine.
That is his jersey.
This is the one they gave us the first time we did an alumni day.
Okay.
So they gave us the new jerseys, and it's got my name.
Okay, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But this is
Hey, yo, wait.
this
So
is the original right here, bro.
Yeah, that's the one he got.
Hey, yo,
hanging
I
in the
heard
rack.
you. So you used to play for the Eagles? I heard you say you used to play.
Oh yeah, he was a running back for the Eagles.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm a 10-year lineman from the Green Bay side. Now I'm fucking with you.
Look, look.
Nah, but my brother Deezer used to play too. He used to play too.
Yeah,
I played in high
Cunningham
school.
was my
In
quarterback.
high school.
Nah, that's what's up. That's what's up. You was always an Eagles fan before you got there?
No, I'm from Cincinnati, bro. I was a Bengals fan. I still am.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay.
am.
No,
Skyline
okay.
chili and cheesesteaks, bro.
Okay, Joe Burrow. Okay,
I bleed
Joe
green, but I was
Burrow,
born in the
Joe
jungle, bro. So
Burrow.
I had to watch Kenny Anderson lose twice to Joe Montana.
Oh, all
You know what I
right.
mean?
Nah, that's what's up.
So,
Nah,
he going back in the
I
day.
salute you. I salute you because you telling us the truth, man.
Yeah, man.
It's
So
a lot of
when I
jokers
see
be.
everybody ripping on Chris Collinsworth,
Yeah.
like that hurt me because Chris Collinsworth is my dude, man.
Oh,
Nah,
wow,
that's
that
what's up.
white boy was
Yeah,
a
that's
good wide
what's up.
receiver, though, man.
Man, that
I
joker
gotta
would
give
go up and get
Collinsworth
that
his
ball and
prop,
make his
yeah.
body limp and get clobbered.
Yeah, long
come
neck,
down with that rock.
long neck and all. Yeah.
Nah, that's what's up. That's what's up. That's
Long
what's
neck.
Yeah, but the crazy thing about it is, like, when he talking about Cincinnati, man, back in the days, man, Cincinnati used to ball out, man. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And it just sometimes you can't catch a break, man. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what? Cincinnati is very similar to the Giants. You got Joey Burrow back there. You got a great quarterback, not like
And
the
they ain't
Giants.
giving
Giants
him
ain't got a great
nothing.
quarterback.
Yeah.
They ain't
Point
giving
I'm
him
making is
nothing.
that there's something missing, right? Cincinnati, for whatever reason, they got the best quarterback, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but they defenses just can't get it done.
His defense is trash. His offensive line is garbage.
Yeah,
But he
The
gonna
man
have
is
to make
that
still-
front office.
he makes nothing out of something, though,
Yeah,
man.
that
That
man
front
is-
office gotta go.
That man is still getting his numbers up. Throwing
Yeah, where
the
was
ball.
Patrick Mahomes' dad at tonight? They ain't showing smoking on no Joe Burrows tonight.
I
Did he
ain't
get
smoking.
arrested?
I'm smoking on that
He
Joe
got
Burrow.
that DUI. He got that
man. That's what it
DUI. So
Yeah.
I don't know if he was in the stadium or not, man, because they,
Don't know
so
about-
I don't know.
Don't nobody
Pardon me.
nobody want to see his father right now.
Pardon me. Hey,
Losers.
Henny, man. Hold your head. Yo, you quiet.
Now, Henny quiet,
I'm
man.
over here just chilling, man.
Henny quiet, man. Henny Hendricks.
Yo, Wavy, you good,
I
man?
know
You want
when
me
to shut the fuck up.
you want me to send over the Black Rose or something?
Hey,
I'll send you some- I'll send you some
fuck
Black
up.
Rose, man.
Hey, K-Sap, I got your back, Brody. Hey, Henny, talk about his bed now.
Yeah, Henny, man, you talking about the wrong dude, man. Come on, man.
I don't know. I popped into one of y'all streams. 80
Nah,
the link.
Nah, man, come on, man. My beard plush, baby. My beard plush, man. Stop that. Hey, my beard
know,
top.
might be the
Hey,
wrong guy, though. All I know
it
is
is
that
the wrong guy. My beard top 10. I'm top 10, even though y'all said Jalen is not top 5 quarterback. Somebody said y'all wouldn't take
I
Jalen as
did.
top
I
5.
did.
Come on,
If
Deezy,
I was
you
drafting
can't do
quarter,
that,
I'm gonna
man.
keep it a buck with you. I can name
Okay.
who I draft too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, hold on. Before you do that,
Hey, yo.
Deezy, really quick, I wanted to say I said everybody played except K-Sap. K-Sap actually played too back in the day. He got the proof if anybody wants to see it. Get Deezy.
Hey, yo, K-Sap, who you play for? You play for the Vikings?
No, I think he played. I think he played like you did. I think he was in high school or college or
Nah.
something like that.
All right. No. I just be trying to figure out people origins, like why they root for the team. That's why I asked him.
I got a full scholarship to Bowling Green for basketball. I tore my knee up. I don't know.
Oh, you was coming my way, bro.
Yeah, I was coming to Ohio. Yeah,
Coming to Ohio, man.
look, Coach Marcus. I went there for a year, redshirt in my freshman year because I tore up my knee. And then, y'all remember Antonio Daniels, that played for the San Antonio Spurs?
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah, he used to play for the Wizards also.
Yeah,
I remember him.
So when he came in, I was injured. He took my starting job, man. I dropped out of school, man, and went into the military, man.
That shit hurt it, bro.
Oh yeah, shit, man, did it?
I mean, he was no slouch. He was good.
Nah, he was good, but I'm saying, when he's
he won that chip with the chip with the Spurs, though.
He won the chip with the Spurs, yeah.
Okay,
so when you go there and these athletic directors sell you dreams, talking about you guarantee starting and stuff, even though when you come off your injury and stuff, he took my starting job, man. And look, I wasn't gonna see the floor, man. So look, I told my parents, look, I gotta make a business decision. Dropped him out of school. I said, man, got my knee right, got the medical clearance, went
Hold
off
up
into the
real quick.
military,
I gotta
man.
use the bathroom. Hold on.
Are you about to take the Browns to the Super Bowl?
That ain't never gonna happen.
No, but I'm talking about DZ.
Nah, this the R. Kelly move.
He said he better take the Browns to the Super Bowl.
I want to hear his top 5 quarterbacks that he would pick over Jalen.
Well, of course he
the one said he had to go to the bathroom.
Of course he go pick Patrick Mahomes.
Listen, man, that
rhetoric. You don't pick
you know he gonna pick Patrick Mahomes. You know he gonna pick Joe
I can't wait to
Burrow.
hear these TV shows tomorrow morning.
Yeah, but outside of Patrick,
eat.
Exactly, Coach Mark. Even that show you did on Chris Canty. Chris Canty recounted his statement about Jalen Hurts being top 10.
Yep.
He talked about, I'm looking at my notes. I never said that, man. There's tape out you saying it, man. So I'm trying to ask DZ, outside of Jalen Hurts in the NFL, the guys that you're not taking, I mean, yeah, you're gonna take Patrick Mahomes, but who else won a Super Bowl?
But it don't matter.
I got a question for the panel about Jalen Hurts.
I'm pretty sure he's gonna take Joe Burrow.
Until DZ come back, he can answer that question. What do y'all think this Super Bowl do for Jalen Hurts and his standing and where he's ranked at?
He don't need to prove nothing no more.
Yeah, that's what.
All right, I'm back. My fault. I'm back.
But think about this.
Wash your hands, bro.
Jalen Hurts has made the playoff every year as a starter. He's been to the Super Bowl twice with 1 victory. How many other quarterbacks that check all the boxes have done that?
That's what I'm saying, Coach Marcus. That's what I'm trying to ask DZ.
So that moves. So regardless of what you're looking for in your quarterback and who you would draft above Jalen Hurts, everybody.
I completely get you. I get what y'all saying. Y'all gonna argue me down on that. I'm just giving.
I'm trying to figure out who's the 5 that you would pick.
I'm not gonna list in a specific order, and I'm not gonna say my quarterback. So I don't think I'm gonna say Jordan Love, because I'm specifically not gonna say Jordan Love just because I could still give you a good 5.
Okay.
Paul, I got Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
I got Josh Allen. I got Joe Burrow.
Yeah, you
do realize Josh Allen almost got ran out of town.
Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you. I got Joe Burrow.
Okay.
He naming all the guys all the guys that went against Patrick Mahomes.
I got Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna take Jayden Daniels over Jalen Hurts.
The rookie.
Okay.
Wow. That's respectable. I'm not even gonna argue that. Well, you killed me when you said Josh Allen. You killed me with that. What needle does Josh Allen move?
The same needle Jalen Hurts moved for me. I would pick Josh Allen before I pick Jalen Hurts.
He's a Super Bowl champion.
I completely get what you're saying. I'm gonna scratch all that off the table. If it was no Super Bowls, but out of all of them,
we can't do that. We can't scratch the Super Bowl.
So realistically, I like somebody I could rely on. Okay. That could throw the ball as well. To me, Jalen Hurts can't sling the rock like that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
He's slinging the rock.
I hear you. I completely hear you. I hear what you're saying. See, I'm not gonna argue with you.
I'm not arguing with you, DZ. I respect what you're saying.
But to me, I understood.
But you can't move the goalpost because Jalen Hurts just won a Super Bowl. You can't do that. You can't scratch that off the table.
I've been saying this before Jalen Hurts won tonight. That's why I'm gonna stand on what I said.
All the quarterbacks that you just named outside of Lamar Jackson, I don't think none of them are going to win a Super Bowl, but Lamar Jackson.
You don't think Mahomes will get another one?
Nope, he ain't getting no more. And look, and I'm gonna say this. No, Mahomes already a Super Bowl champion. I can't scratch that off the table.
Oh, okay.
He got 3. But we got to take in consideration he's been to there 5 times and he lost twice, and he got 3. You see what I'm saying? So outside of the quarterbacks that you name, Jalen Hurts is a Super Bowl champion, right? And the only other quarterback that I think that's going to get it done will be Lamar Jackson. That's just my opinion. So when you say that Jalen Hurts can't sling that ball,
I'm not arguing opinions with you. So that's why I'm saying your opinion is respected just as much as I feel like mine should be. That's why
what did I say, DZ?
That's what I'm saying. Nah. But I completely get it. I hear your argument. I got you.
I'm not arguing. It's no argument.
No. I'm just saying. I hear your debate here. Not the argument. I'm just saying it's a figure of speech on what I'm saying. Okay. I get what you're saying. You know what I'm saying? I get what you're saying 100%. And then, yo, you know who I'm gonna put right after that on the 6th spot?
Who?
Jordan Love.
He's not getting the Super Bowl.
Completely understood. I hear you.
Nah, he really not.
Come on, man. Football is an
Yo,
ultimate
really
team
quick.
sport,
Yo, really
man.
quick.
I can't be doing this.
Hold
Man.
on.
And that's what I'm saying.
Hold
It's
on,
a team
really
sport
quick.
to me. Like
Let me just add.
to me, Jalen Hurts didn't get them to where they at. Tonight he stood up. Cool.
Hold on, really quick. Let me just let the people know this is my boy Kev's channel, YTC podcast. If you're watching this on the playback, just make sure y'all guys like and subscribe to his channel. We got Pro Fan Talk up here. If you guys into football, Pro Fan Talk is where you need to be. Make sure you guys subscribe to Pro Fan Talk, especially if, as you can see the jersey, especially if you were Eagles fan or if you were Chiefs fan and you just want to talk about the Super Bowl or anything in between. Definitely go hit up Pro Fan Talk. And then you already know my brother K-Sap, he the biggest thing in the streets, pause, when it comes to WNBA basketball. Subscribe to Simply Ball dropping.
I'm learning from y'all. Shit.
Hey yo. So I gotta. Yeah, that was wild.
I said,
so I got a question.
You see what I gotta deal with,
question.
K-Sap? I said pause. They don't care. They not going. So the pause is not going. So you're overriding the pause. Is what you're saying? You're overruling the pause.
Hey yo. I got a question. So if we redraft in the NFL right now, who y'all drafting the top 3 quarterbacks?
Lamar, Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts.
Okay.
So you going by because are you going by because 2 of them won a Super Bowl?
No, Jalen Hurts moves the needle for me.
Okay,
he moves the needle. What I mean, I just don't understand. Like, what else do y'all expect Jalen Hurts to do? I heard DZ say that Jalen Hurts did not get the Eagles to where they at. I disagree with that.
Nah, I gotta agree with him on that.
No, I mean, you can agree with him, but I just disagree. I mean, we can agree to disagree. I don't see why. Like,
I like talking this shit.
Yo, listen,
I will not get up here for basketball and all that shit, but I will get up here with y'all and talk this.
Once you guys added that running back, that took you over the top.
Man, you can't say took me over the top. I'm not an Eagle fan.
Well, not you. Of course not you.
Well, not you.
Let me say this. Here's the thing with the running back, because I got an issue with that. And this is, to me, this goes back to coaching. Because when we had Miles Sanders and when we had DeAndre Swift,
facts.
Both of those guys were 1,000-yard rushers.
What y'all do with them though?
And when we went to the Super Bowl last time, if Miles Sanders, if they would have ran Miles Sanders like they ran Saquon, he wouldn't have won the rush. He wouldn't have broken 2,000 yards, but he may have been top 3 in rushing. Because if you take his yards per carry and multiply that by the difference of number of carries between him and I believe it was Josh Jacobs that won the rushing title that year. I believe there was like a 60-something carry difference. And if you take his yards per carry and you multiply it by the difference, he'd have been top 2 in rushing, but they did not commit to the run, even though we had the offensive line to do it. The same thing with DeAndre Swift.
Well, maybe he's just not as good as Saquon Barkley.
I was about to say he just ain't no Saquon.
He ain't no Saquon Barkley.
He's not. But if you want to go back and look at how many carries per game we had last year, it makes a difference. DeAndre Swift was better than Miles Sanders, and they still didn't use him right. DeAndre Swift could have had about 1,600 yards.
They not Saquon. Let's just leave it at that.
Let me ask DZ a question.
What's up?
Let's go. I don't know how old you are. I don't know how far you go back into watching the NFL.
I'm 35.
Okay, I'm gonna go back. Well, I'm gonna go back to the early '90s when the Cowboys was winning Super Bowls, right?
Oh my gosh!
No. See, that bothers you because you're a Giant fan. But hold on, just relax. I'm just asking DZ this. So Emmitt Smith, NFL's all-time rushing leader, right?
Yes.
So Troy Aikman didn't move the needle for the Cowboys just because they had Emmitt Smith.
Yeah, he did, but
That's the same thing with Jalen Hurts.
I can't give you the exact. I watched one game. They needed Hurts to sling the ball down the field. That bitch ain't making 60 yards.
You talking about the last Hail Mary in the last Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Come on, DZ. You picked that one particular.
I'm just saying. I need me a slinger. To me, I just feel like
You see the bucket he dropped on Devontae Smith tonight, man.
So y'all gonna pause me? Wait, time out. Y'all gonna pause me, but y'all gonna allow DZ to say
nah,
he
we gonna
needs him.
debate this.
Nah,
If I'm,
he need him a slinger.
Hey yo, it's gonna be but right now I'm talking football. Fuck all that, bro. He's slinging it, he's slinging it, bro. K-Shap, I hear you. He's slinging it, he's
I
slinging
didn't
it,
even
bro.
care you said it. I just took it personal. Y'all paused me earlier. I had to get somebody back.
So you're not giving Jalen Hurts no credit for nothing that the Eagles did all season long.
Nah, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he ain't do shit all
DZ, give
year.
him credit for slingers, huh?
He's slinging it. I needed him to sling it all year. Yo, that is funny, yo.
Hey, yo.
Coach Marcus, man, they giving your boy slander, man.
It don't matter. Slander polishes a ring very well.
Slander and slinging, right?
Man, I just don't understand that, man.
Because
I guess
for whatever reason, Jalen Hurts.
Hey yo, K-Sap, man.
What's that?
Yo, K-Sap, man. Hurts
we treat him like Trent Dilfer.
Hurts put my boys out the playoffs, so I don't like him right now anyway.
Come on, man. Sometimes you gotta
at least that's honest, man. That's honest.
But you know, and you know, this is what I hate about some fans, man. You know, this is what I hate about some fans, right? And this is what I hate about some Cowboy fans, right? Like sometimes you got to take your heart out of. Nobody wanted to see the Eagles win because they, you know, NFC East, right? Like I have no horse in the fight, right? I'm a Vikings fan, but if the Packers go up against the Cowboys, I want the Packers to beat their ass every time, right?
Yeah, I'm tired of Dallas.
I don't have no, quorum like that. Like my team, just because I'm in the NFC North and my team gets knocked out, I'm gonna root against. I'm gonna root against the Packers. I'm gonna root against the Lions. Stuff like that. I'm gonna root against the Bears. I don't do stuff like that.
I wanted the Lions to win it all.
Yeah. So once my team is out of it, I choose to root for who I want to root for. But I'm asking all these Cowboy fans, like, I'm asking these Cowboy fans, like, who y'all got in the game? Oh, we want Kansas City to win. Like, why? Oh, I can't cheer for no other NFC East team. Like, man, football is football, man. I mean, it just, I hate when fans go that far to say that, man. Like, some fans just can't take their heart out of it, man, and be like, look, they knew Philadelphia going in was the better team. They've been the better team from start to finish, man. They starting out 2-2, and they won what that Coach Marcus. They won their last 16 games, 17 games.
Yeah, if it wasn't for two drop passes,
yeah. Devontae Smith against the Redskins.
Devontae Smith against Washington.
And still calling the Redskins.
Saquon against Atlanta.
Yeah, in the first game of the season.
We don't drop those two passes.
We might have ran the table.
While we talking, really quick, Kev, while we talking, always pay attention to the chat. Like, you can put it up on screen. This way people could feel comfortable. This way people could feel like they being heard. But I ain't mean to interrupt.
Wally said he'd rather see the Lions win finally for the first time.
Oh, y'all got your boy Wally Mack in here.
Watch Wally Mack. Not being funny, y'all. I wanted to see either storyline, a three-peat or even Saquon winning. I was with that. I was satisfied. The bowl to me just wasn't exciting. I mean, this the kicking ass part, cool. Salute y'all. But
look at this, DZ. But look at this, DZ. It's a good storyline for Jalen Hurts too. Look at the road he traveled.
You know what too though, and that's what I said to my boys when we was watching the game. Like the whole storyline, him having the picture of him watching the confetti fall on his background on his phone. Even the commercial that came on after that, they gonna hate, like the whole story. It's cool.
Even go back to his college days, man, where they turned the tour. They turned the tour.
Yeah.
And
Tua ain't win shit yet.
You got to listen to what his mother said when he got drafted. Before he got drafted, he was always the underdog.
Yeah, that's a Fire Jordan commercial right there. Oh yeah. That's a Fire Jordan commercial if they set that up right.
They had the interview with Jalen's mother a couple
of days ago.
Story, and they said
all that stuff comes back, Coach Marcus. Yeah. It all comes back.
No, this was recent, and she said that he was. How did she say it? She said it was prophesied that he was going to win the Super Bowl. She said, so it's already done.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect for the commercial.
Oh, this wasn't a commercial though. This was
no. We talking about the future commercial that they put together. That's perfect for the commercial.
Well, they outside on Broad Street. I just found
Well,
out
he's
my wife
branded with joy.
They're gonna have a parade on Friday. Seriously? So
hey yo, pause. You gonna help them grease the poles out there?
DZ on one.
This is what my friend group is like. All we do is crack jokes the whole time we talk.
Now I can get back in the NCAA women's and the W, man.
Yeah, you can shut it. You can shut it down, Coach Marcus. You got the last. But you want to know what's shut it down.
You want to know what's funny about this? This being the last day of football. So my brother DZ, he about to start a podcast. He could tell you what it's about because I forgot
DZ,
what it's about.
Back up in here, man. You dropping one?
But I'm gonna be on some like daily topic shit, like current events.
And then Henny is also about to drop a podcast. His is gonna be more music based, but as you can see, both of them is like really big into football. So I've been trying to get them. They don't really follow the WNBA like I follow it, but they both really big in NBA and they both really big in football.
We need DZ up on there on the WNBA chat because he talk a lot of shit.
They come through and support, but I'll be trying to get them to join the panel. They don't join the panel.
Hey yo, I don't want to get up there. I'm just all lost. I watch WNBA. I can't tell you who played for who. I watch it during the playoffs though.
Don't worry about it. Kev had a bad start. Man. He had a bad start with his New York Liberty. Don't worry about that, DZ. We'll break in slowly.
Try to find
Coach.
What bad start I had?
Hold on. Get Coach.
I'll get to you,
like
Kevin.
Brooklyn said, I do a lot of football, NFL content, obviously, because I play. But my best content is WNBA stuff, man.
A word?
Yes.
Yeah.
WNBA gives me the best numbers. And the only reason my numbers kicking like right now is because we just went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I hear you.
One thing I wanted to say really quickly, let me just wrap up what I was saying about the reason why I brought up their podcast. DZ just said, you got to listen to people when they speak. I've been trying to get DZ, and shout out to my brothers because all of my brothers support me. So let me be clear with that. All my brothers support me. But DZ, I've been trying to get DZ and Henny to join the panels at WNBA Talk, and they haven't done it yet. But DZ just said, yo, the basketball, I don't really be wanting to do that, but he said his football he could do all day. So the perfect person he could have connected with, and I think this is a perfect introduction, is Coach Marcus, because like I be telling people all the time, if you want to go someplace for football content, Pro Fan Talk is where you need to be. And as you can see, K-Sap knows his football too. So I'm happy that my brother DZ and my brother Henny is able to meet Coach Marcus, because who knows, now that they comfortable, because all it takes is you feeling comfortable. Yeah. So now that they comfortable, talking on the panel or whatever, maybe they connect with Coach Marcus, do a little football and WNBA with him. You never know. So and they actually been in Coach Marcus's chat before. Believe it or not, some of them already got wrenches in his chat, because one day I joined his chat and we was in the chat chopping it up, and some of them joined and they was talking to him in the chat. I don't know if they remember that. That was a few months ago. But they was talking to Coach Fan Marcus in the chat. He actually gave them some wrenches already.
And the crazy thing you said that, Brooklyn, it's crazy how this community connect each other. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know who's going to pop up on somebody's panel, right?
Yeah, that's
because
a fact.
I remember when Coach Marcus popped up on my panel, I was like, damn, man, where he come from? You know what I'm saying? Because the crazy thing about it is I used to watch some of his videos, and then he popped up on my panel. And then ever since then, we've been connected. I go over there, show him love. You know what I'm saying? We did a show together. Coach Marcus, who's the guy that you do your opening day every Sunday with? Y'all did the early morning.
That's my boy Tone DeShields.
Okay, I got it. What's his channel? I got to go follow him.
Chalk It Up Sports.
Chalk It Up Sports. Okay, I got you. But y'all do a great job as well doing that. So I don't know when Henny and DZ going to drop it, but Brooklyn, where's my dude that do the boxing, man? I need to get with him.
My brother. Yeah, that's my brother Ant.
Ant got to link up. We got to talk about that. We got to talk about the Clarissa Shields fight, man. I gotta talk about that. But
I saw that fight. That fight was interesting.
Yeah, I saw that fight. She a beast.
Bro. Whatever you want to talk about, just do it and let the audience tell you where you need to go, bro. Yeah. But don't wait. Don't worry about what it's gonna look like. Don't worry about what it's gonna sound like. Just do it.
He already got a lot of his equipment already
for
too.
sure, for sure.
Just do it. Just start, bro.
Man, just start talking, man. Talk the shit the way you're talking tonight, man. They gonna love you.
Can't help but get better.
Yeah.
Just start.
Yeah.
Just start.
Nah, for sure. And it took me a minute to click the link and sign on here tonight. I'm like, man, I ain't getting on here.
Man,
and then I was like, yo, fuck it. I don't know. I just was like,
even if you just want to talk, if you want to talk shit about the game, I guarantee you there's a bunch of people out there that want to talk shit with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't wait.
If you do it. Like Coach Marcus said, like you start your own show and you get people to click your link and you talk shit the way you talk shit, it's gonna be entertaining. People gonna stay for the entertainment, man.
And the funny thing, K-Sap.
Y'all be surprised, man. Like I say this every night, man. Like some nights, man, you know, it's hard to go live because people in different time zones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like when I was on my way back from my daughter's house, that's where we watched the Super Bowl at. I got the notification. Well, Brooklyn sent the thing, and I saw that y'all was live, and I was listening to it. And then I heard some things. I was like, man, do I even want to go upstairs, man, and fire up anything to get on? So I said, let me get on for a second, man, see what's going on. But like some nights I go live, man, and I don't expect. Like some nights I go live, I might go live at 9:30, and then I look at it, and I be saying to myself, damn, man, we got 300-400 people in here watching. And then the crazy thing about it is the longer we go, because of all the shit talking we be talking about and how we entertain people, them people stay in the chat. Like sometimes we'll get on the D block, pause. We'll get on the D block and start talking crazy stuff. And you still got DZ. You still got people staying in the chat, listening to this crazy stuff.
2-3 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly. Man, and you'd be surprised, like, man, these people won't they go to sleep? But they rocking with you, man.
And K-Sap has been on this panel of I've seen K-Sap a few times where he be up in the corner and K-Sap don't say shit.
I don't say nothing. I just let them.
That's a fact.
He ain't got to say nothing.
Yeah.
Everybody in the panel is going.
What up, Coach? I love you, boy.
But look, hold on. I just want to say one thing real quick. I'm gonna mute up. The funny thing is, my brother Henny talk that just as much shit too. It's just that he quiet right now because he's still sulking. He's still sulking, but he talk just as much shit. So they get both of them. I'm trying to get both of them fired. Like Kev is already on his way, so I'm happy for Kev.
Let him stay humble tonight, Brooke. No.
When I say fired up, I'm talking about the podcast, not his energy.
The only thing that really goes good with salt, man. Just get some good popcorn.
Yeah, the only reason I'm quiet. The only reason I'm quiet because the room is next to the other room.
Now I'm back. I was quiet, but now I'm motherfucking back.
You ain't back here. You ain't back.
Let me introduce. Hold on. We got somebody new on the panel.
Fuck the Giants. Fuck the Packers.
Yo, let me introduce my brother Bro Club, man. Steady Entertainment. That's our other brother, man. He just became monetized, by the way. So shout out to him for that. But
he got monetized quick.
Yeah. Hey, Bro Claude is another guy who he used to play ball. You know what I mean? And I don't know what his history is with football. He could detail that if he want. But what's your thoughts on the game tonight? Steady Servant. These are my brothers, by the way. I know you never met them before. DZ973. Henny Hendricks, and I think you might have met Kev before.
Oh, you met Kev?
You met Kev before. So these are my brothers. But what was your thought?
Serving get done. I got to get back to Kev. Kev asked the question. Go ahead, Steady.
Okay. First off, born and raised watching football because my uncle, is John Rouser. Coach probably know who that is. Number 45, first Super Bowl. The Green Bay Packers. That is my uncle.
Hey, Steady. Hey, Bro Claude. DZ is a Packers fan.
First Super Bowl. Say it again.
The first Super Bowl. That's my uncle. He just passed. Rest in peace. And
RP.
He passed in October. He passed
away in October.
So shout out to my uncle. Used to come from Detroit and beat our ass for my grandmother, you know what I mean? He used to come with all the Chicago boys, coming straight from Detroit when he came, came over and whooped us. He used to stay in Madison while, playing in Green Bay, but, they forced him out during the time that he, in the 60s, in the 70s, it was real racist over in Wisconsin. So he moved to Detroit. You know what I mean? And then he used to travel from Detroit, but he played with the Green Bay Packers, and then he went over to Pittsburgh. He got 2 rings with Terry Bradshaw and Mean Joe Green and Franco Harrison. They used to come to my grandmother's house just to sit down and eat when they came to Chicago and played the Bears. They used to, I was able to see Mean Joe Green and Franco Harrison in my, you know what I mean, in my grandmother's table, because they wanted Southern food. So, you know, we originally from Birmingham, Alabama. So I got to see like the captains of the Pittsburgh Steelers, and then when they traded them to Denver Broncos, you know, a few of them came over. You know what I'm saying? After that, but so I was raised football first, and then our cousin was able to go pro, Timothy Smiley, for the Buffalo Bills. Mm-hmm. You know, if Coach probably know him, he in our generation. Tim about 4 years older than me. So Timothy Smiley is my first.
I just want to I'm sorry, Broker. I just want to let somebody know we had TV in the background. I don't know who got a TV running.
That's probably me. Hold on.
Okay. So I got a lot of history when it comes to football, and that was the first love, of course. Second love was baseball, and then I ended up eventually being pretty good in basketball. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, they all thought I was a traitor because I went to basketball. I did something totally different. You know what I'm saying? So they was like, oh, he's soft. He playing basketball. Get on nobody here. He ain't taking no hits. But anyway, I'll say this. Although I ain't got a shoe in the game.
Who's your team, by the way, bro, Claude? You got a team?
He's the Bears.
My team is out.
Oh, the Bears. Okay. I just want to know who your team was, but yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't it be? I'm a real Chicago man.
I just want to know where you was coming from. That's the whole pause.
I ain't got a shoe in the game. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that black men won the Super Bowl. Both of them was there. You know, would have been happy if Holmes would have did his third one. And of course, I'm not mad about Jalen Hurts winning. You got what I'm saying? So my whole thing is 2 black men played in the Super Bowl again, which we never saw like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, see, y'all young.
Definitely really a win for us. Definitely a win.
You know, me and K-Sap and Coach, we seen it never be. You know what I'm saying? We seen it never be. So when a lot of people be like, man, make up your mind. I'm like, man, I'm happy today. Today is a day.
No, I get it. That's it.
Black quarterbacks go at it for the Super Bowl, and we ain't no white boy dictating nothing. So I mean, I was just happy in that sense. They was like, man, you confusing. But I ain't being confusing. I'm letting y'all know that I seen the day where
they only here to cause confusion.
That's right. I'm in Chicago where Papa Bear Hollis said that it'll never be a black quarterback for his team ever. You dig what I'm saying? So, you know, and Vince Evans was over here. He got treated badly and got the Bears in that Super Bowl run.
Oh, yeah.
He got the Bears to the Super Bowl, and then they just switched it up on him. But
46 shuffle.
Oh yeah. So I
shout out
say
to
this.
Doug Williams, who's one of my coaches when I was in the World League.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey.
So I just say this real quick. They got rid of
him for Jeff Rutledge.
Yeah. And he won a
Super
Super
Bowl. Say this
Bowl.
real quick, y'all. I'm glad that to have this. My uncle is like shouting in heaven. You know what I'm saying? He like shouting in heaven. 2 quarterbacks led the Super Bowl, and everybody was fighting and going crazy over 2 black quarterbacks. So, you know, that's all I got to say. I'm glad that Philadelphia was able to finally get over the hump. It was a good butt whooping. You know what I'm saying? It was a butt whooping all the way the first half. You know what I mean? But it was hard to watch Holmes struggled like that in that first half, but they didn't give him. He had like 34 yards. Coach,
I enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah, he had 34 yards. So y'all see, I watched the game. This because that's my interest. You get what I'm saying? So what it is that at the end of the day, man, shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles because they watched film, they prepared themselves.
Oh yeah,
they came out, they executed well, they controlled the ball. They made sure that the little boy grew up and beat the hell out of the big brother. You dig what I'm saying? So that was real good, man. I'm glad to see that. That's all.
Soriano stuck with the script, man. He stuck. He didn't do nothing different. He just stuck with the script. You know what I'm saying? He ain't do nothing outlandish. But what really stands out to me, Coach Marcus, is not even to draw up one blitz. And you still got home 6 times. You still got home 6 times with that front 4. You got Jalen Carter coming off that edge, right? And I'm surprised that Brandon Graham was moving around as effective as he was. You know what I'm saying?
Fresh legs, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you don't draw up one blitz package, and you get home to Mahomes 6 times. And then when the rush up the middle, they were just bulldozing cats, just like on the interception. He threw to Braun, right?
Yep.
Man, old boy just bull rushed and pushed his own man into Mahomes where he couldn't get nothing on the ball.
Yep.
And then see what caused Patrick Mahomes. Like he's been getting away with this throwing across his body. But when they flushed him out of that pocket, when old buddy, the white boy got the pick, man, from Iowa and took it back to the house, man.
Cooper DeJean.
They threw, but see, I was telling my son and my daughter, I was like, man, Cooper DeJean, when he was at Iowa, he was known as a special teams guy, right? I don't know if he was the starting safety. I don't know if somebody got hurt and he was. He was the starting safety. I thought somebody got hurt. You ever
seen his basketball tape?
Yeah. He played basketball too. Yeah.
He an athlete.
And can get off the floor too. You know what I'm saying?
Athlete. He got hot.
And the crazy thing about it is when they flushed him out of the pocket and he had to throw across the body, that right there, and I think that was in Patrick Mahomes' mind the whole time. And then when Hopkins dropped that ball at the start of the second half or at the end of the what's the name? That right there, it was a wrap. But I'm glad to see it happen though.
Hey, really quick, man, I want to let everybody know y'all are tuned into my brother Kev's podcast, YTC Podcast 24. If you're watching this on the playback, make sure you guys like and subscribe. If you're watching us live right now, make sure you subscribe to my brother Kev. He typically talk about basketball, y'all. So this is a different, this is a little different for him today. He typically talk about basketball, but the Super Bowl was today. So we talk about the Super Bowl. We got a lot of different opinions. Some people feel like it was a good game. Some people, just happy that, we had 2 black quarterbacks. Other people feel like, it was a terrible game, right? Like not the play was terrible, but just no competition. Everybody subscribe to my brother Kev, YTC Podcast 24. And getting back to what my brother K-Shot was saying, the reason why, listen, man, you got to have a voice and you can't go shy. You can't go blue. And it's kind of like that's what you be doing sometimes when you be on these WNBA panels. You just get quiet.
Let me get back to him on that.
Yeah, K-Shot,
I got to get back to him. And the reason why I said, because we was talking about Deezy starting his podcast, right? And the only reason why I said that, Kev, the first time you clicked on my link and came up, we was talking, it was the Minnesota Lynx and the New York Liberty in the championship, right? And you came on and New York Liberty was your team. You said a few things and you just fell back.
Because I'm a casual watcher. I don't watch the WNBA.
Don't tell everybody that though. But the only reason why I'm bringing it up is because you was a New York Liberty fan. You came up on the panel because you wanted to talk New York Liberty, right? You said a few things and like Brooklyn said, then you just went mute on us.
Yeah, and hold on, Kev. To his point, that's not the only time you did that. You came on the panel about 3 or 4, right? Maybe not that many, maybe about 2 or 3 times, right? Yeah. And you just sit up there with nothing to say. And I know you. That's not you, bro. You opinionated. Yeah. So it's just like, and I understand why. Hold on, real quick. I'm gonna land my plane with this. And I'm saying this because I'm your brother, so I know you. I know you doing that because, and this goes to DZ too, and anybody else that supply, whether it applies to Henny, I'm saying this to all of y'all, just brother to brother. It doesn't matter how much you know, right? Don't feel like you got to know as much as some, like even right now with this football talk, I don't know as much as y'all know, but I'll chime in when I chime in and say whatever. You feel what I'm saying? You got to, whatever, wherever your knowledge base is at is fine. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to know as much as somebody else. Don't nobody else see the game like you see it.
Yeah.
So if you saw something, we both watched the game, regardless of how much I know about football and you know about football. We both watched the football game today. I know for a fact, this is for a fact, every single person on this panel, maybe outside of Kev, because me and Kev is kind of the same in this. Outside of Kev, everybody on this panel know way more than football than me. You get what I'm saying? But I can still tell you what I thought about the game from my point of view. Y'all can't tell me my point of view. I can only tell you my point of view. You get what I'm saying? So when we start talking about WNBA or another topic you feel like you may not be well versed in, you got to give us your point of view. Don't worry about, I might mess this statistic up. Because we all gonna learn. We all learn. Each one's based at. It limits you from what you got to say about what you know about basketball, what you know about the sport we watching. You can't nobody tell you what you know and what you saw.
And the thing about it is, Kev, like you started a podcast for a reason, right? To get your points out there, right? So it's like what Brooklyn said, man. We all go through constructive criticism and we learn from it, right? So don't take this as, we getting at you, right? But like Brooklyn said, there's been plenty of times that you've been up on the panel and you just kind of fell back. Like you just was up on the stage and just went mute on us, right?
Here's the thing, right?
Okay.
Like, I'm literally a cat. I'm not really too interested in the WNBA. So I'm a casual. When y'all start naming players and stuff, I don't know players. Now, he is right. Like, I could just go watch a game and look at it and dissect the game. Like, I have like a coach's mind when I'm watching. Like when I watch basketball, I'm not looking at just people scoring buckets. I'm looking at what the dude doing at the nail. Who's up there by the 3-point line? Who's on the side? What he's doing down there? Is he setting the screen down there? That's how I watch basketball.
Well, intricate that. Put that into the talk. Put that into the talk. You can talk about the flare screens. You can talk about the pin downs. You can talk about people being in the dunker spot. You can incorporate that in there.
But when it comes to the NBA, that's just me all the way.
That's the same thing with the WNBA.
Yeah, I don't watch it like that. That's why.
I know, but I'm just saying. But you got to understand something. When you talking about the NBA, some of the WNBA runs some of the sets that the NBA run.
Yeah, I know.
You can talk about that. That's all I'm saying. Like, just don't come up on the panel and go mute on us. Like, you can incorporate. This is what I like to see. Like, you can take one player and you can say, this is what I like to see from this player. I would like to see this player doing more ball screens, right? Flare screens, pin downs, going into the dunker spot, getting easy backdoor lives. Not backdoor lives, but backdoor cuts, right? That's all I'm saying. So you don't have to just be mute. I mean, you can incorporate all. It's just talk. You know what I'm saying? It's just like you sitting around in the barbershop.
Nothing. You get on the panel. We've been known to take a left turn every now and then. So it don't matter.
It don't always stay on script, Kev. You know that, right?
Nah.
Like we could be talking.
I mean, I know, but
so good.
I don't know.
Get in where you fit in, bro.
With my panel, I feel comfortable just sticking with the NBA. So that's what I would just. I stay in that lane right there.
When you get your segue, lead into the NBA. Talk about it. We all versatile.
Right. I'll come up. I'll come up for you,
Bro
man.
Claw to give us a history lesson on the NBA every time he on the panel, man. He'll take a left turn. We talking about the WNBA, and he'll start talking about the NBA, and Sister Tony be like, here you go with this NBA.
Like, oh my God.
She get mad with that.
So that's what I'm saying. This is my first year back. Be like, this is my first year back.
Be like Bro Claude. Use yours as like, okay, similar to what Bro Claude do about the NBA. You can reference that.
Yeah. So basically, in other words, what he's saying, Kev, if you don't feel safe, like, all right, boom, let's go back to the Lynx versus Liberty. You up there, right? We talking Lynx versus Liberty. You could segue that. Your team right now is OKC Thunder, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, so you could segue that, and so you could segue that into a play that you saw SGA doing that you thought was impactful for his team, and say, I need Sabrina Nescu to do this play. You feel what I'm saying?
Perfect.
So now you talking about your comfort zone and what you know, but you tie it into the WNBA. So now it's like you able to have the conversation about both, because what that's going to do now, that's going to open up the door for us. Because look, one thing I always tell a lot of these women, or a lot of, not just the women, but a lot of the people who watch us, because the question that they ask us sometimes is, why y'all always compare these women to men? And I'm like, well, sometimes we can compare women to a woman, and that's what I try to do. But a lot of times, if we don't know, we got to compare it to what we know. And what we know 9 times out of 10 is the NBA. So a lot of times when we comparing a lot of these plays and things we see, we comparing it to what we saw the 90s Bulls doing, or what we saw Isaiah Thomas doing, or what we saw Kobe doing. You know what I mean? You gotta compare it to something that you know in order to make it make sense. Now, if you know a WNBA coach, player, whatever to compare it to, that's the best comparison, and you should do it like that. But if you don't know, you got to go to what you do know.
That's perfect what Brooklyn said. And also, Kev, like with my channel, I just don't want to bog my channel down just talking about the WNBA all the time, man. It's sports. We talking sports. You know what I'm saying? Just like Coach Marcus said, you know what I'm saying? He played the game at a high level. He played in NFL. Yes, he talks NFL football from the Eagles' bird's eye view, right? And he has a partner that he comes on every Sunday, and they give you a rundown before the Eagles game start, right? But he said this earlier. I don't know if you noticed. He said majority of his stuff, he likes talking the WNBA and women's college basketball. And he's an NFL guy. So don't just think about it as I'm on this platform and all I want to do is talk about the NBA, right? Because with my channel, I just don't want to talk about WNBA. We talking about all sports. Like when Brooklyn came to my panel, like when he started sending me stuff about all these women in college that we got to keep an eye on, right? So that opened up my scope. So now we just don't talk the WNBA. We talk about the college kids that are coming up, certain players, right? I just don't want to just bog down and be just heavy dedicated on the WNBA, because this is a sports podcast, right? So I want to be versed in everything. Like if y'all turn the corner and veer left and start talking about the NBA, I'm in that conversation with you. If you turn the corner and start talking about boxing, I'm in that conversation with you. If you turn the corner and start talking about NCAA women's basketball, I'm in that conversation with you. If you start talking football, I'm in that conversation with you. I don't want to be just bogged down and fall back when the road gets rough and you go down to the corner store and the liquor bottle is $2 and all you got is $1.50 and you coming up short. I don't want to be that guy. Because, you know, people like you understand something, Kev, you don't know who's watching you. And see, a lot of things can come up from this, right? They'd be like, okay, man, I watched this YTC podcast 24. Man, he was on there talking to NBA, but then they switched and he got right off into that. People gonna come back and watch you, man.
Yeah, today I just wanted to talk about that Super Bowl. That was the first thing I said. I didn't like it. I ain't like it. It was,
so with all that said,
that's what he came back with. Listen, Kevin's funny. But yo, listen, really quick, let me give KSAP his flowers right now since we talking about it. Listen, you could elaborate on him more, KSAP, because you know all the details. For the people who don't know, my brother KSAP is on the network now, the TCN network. TSN. TSN network. And he's gonna have a segment talking women's basketball.
Starting women's basketball.
Take it away, KSAP.
Yeah, starting May 1st, man. TSN Network, man. They presented me an offer. We've been going back and forth. You know, I had to let my wife do the research on it, man, to make sure it was on the up and up, man. They reached out to me, man, but the thing, it started off like wanting me to give up my rights to my YouTube channel. You know, not being monetized, just getting, you know, money from them. I said, nah, we can't do it that way. I got to keep my YouTube channel. I'm not selling all my rights. So, you know, they picked up the show for an hour-long segment on TSN Network. It's a Canadian-based sports network where, you know, they don't really, you know, they talk sports, but you really don't see nobody really talking about the WNBA, right?
Right.
So, you know, I got all the information in the mail. I got the stuff that I got to hook up to my computer because, you know, how I produce my own show on StreamYard, right? So they sent me a pack where I got to hook up where they're gonna produce the show. All I'm doing is up there talking. So all the camera angles and stuff when I have guests on it, like say I have Coach Marcus on there with me and we talking, and he's gonna have the camera dedicated to him because they doing all the production. All we doing is talking.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? All they doing is giving me the production, and I'll just give them an hour-long segment. So that'll be starting off on May 1st. But you know, that's what I said, Kev. You don't know who's watching your show.
Yeah, congrats, man.
Appreciate that. And I sent a message out to our group chat about all these sponsors that's coming at me, but you got to filter through them things, man, because all money ain't good money, right?
Yeah,
I didn't had a lot of sponsors reach out to me. My wife got to do the backstory for me. She got to look at the Better Business Bureau. She got to filter to make sure everything's on the up and up. And like I said, when I came
executive producer.
Yeah. So when I came through my major sponsorship with this insurance company out of here in Texas, True Choice Insurance, man, I kept on getting an email, and I was like, I told my wife, I said, look at this. And she did her research, man, and looked on the Better Business Bureau, looked on Yelp and all the ratings and stuff like that. And it was a true insurance company. And they gave me my first sponsorship. An insurance company sponsoring a sports podcast, y'all.
Right.
Think about that.
Right.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Hey, fellas, I'm about to get up out of here because case I know it be getting late. I gotta put a video out.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to
I'm on mine right now. I'm making my thumbnails.
He's about to go put a video out.
I'm making my thumbnail right now. I just made my thumbnail right now.
Yeah. I got you, Coach Marcus, man. Congratulations once again, man.
Hey,
Coach Marcus, before you go,
Easy, Hendrix, y'all keep it up, man.
Yo, Coach Marcus. Yo, DZ, Coach Marcus, DZ, if y'all want Henny, get his info, get his IG or just something where y'all can link up. Because like I said, I feel like he a good person for y'all to do lives with, do shows with, because y'all
only gonna help you, man.
It's only gonna help you out. So that's my advice to DZ and Henny, because he do football and he talk WNBA and basketball.
Yeah.
So,
and before Coach Marcus get out here, let me say this. And Kev, DZ, and Hendrix, and when Hendrix and DZ start, don't be afraid to pull up on these people's shows, man. That's only gonna get you exposure, man. And they're gonna be like, damn, he up on Coach Marcus, and see everybody in Coach Marcus chat. They're gonna show love, and they're gonna go follow you. You know what I'm saying? That's how you build communities, man.
Yep.
And me and Coach Marcus, we done had plenty of talks. It's what you say, Brooklyn, is slow motion is better than no motion, right?
There you go.
So once you get in motion, there you go. And see, a lot of people, man, on YouTube, they gave up because they wanted that instant gratification, man. It don't happen overnight, man. You got to build, man.
I just put my Twitter in the chat, man. So hit me up.
Yeah, got you. All right, Coach Marcus, man. Congratulations again.
Before you leave, hey, Coach, I wanted to ask y'all before Coach get up out of here. I wanted to ask y'all because that's what I'm doing my show on right now. I'm building my thumbnail. What y'all thought about the halftime show?
I thought it was good. I liked it.
I thought it was good myself, man.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
That shit was trash.
But my expectations are not like everybody else.
That shit was trash.
I enjoyed it.
Hey, listen, let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. I thought it was very disrespectful. Even though I'm from Chicago, I'm a no limit soldier for life.
You wanted Wayne out there, man.
I'm a no limit soldier for life. I'm that for real. I don't claim it. I am that. That was disrespectful, Coach. That was disrespectful. P and all of them built the city of New Orleans. It was disrespectful. Baby, them went up on. That was disrespectful. And then to bring that type of, I was looking for Mystical to come out. I thought Mystical was gonna come out and go, and I was looking for, some of the hot boys to come out. It was like I didn't see Lil Wayne. And come out.
Wayne was gonna come out somewhere.
Wayne,
I was looking for Weezy, and it was that was disrespectful. And then he had to drag out. Old girl kind of saved him a little bit, but he had to drag that whole performance out, y'all. Y'all don't understand. He had to.
They going on tour together. That he did the right thing. He did four sets in 6 sets. He did so. If y'all understand what showmanship is, what was that? What was the girl? What was the girl that came out?
Scissor.
He going on tour with her, so that was only right.
Yeah, but you know, my
I
whole
understand
thing
because
was
you from the music side. I understand where you're
right.
coming
I
from,
mean,
man.
when
But
you doing showmanship, you see that stuff but he a singer. He could have sang the whole thing, but what's his name did the show
John Batiste.
last year? Usher. You see
Usher.
what Usher did? I was expecting a show like Usher or Beyonce or Prince or
I think the
you know what I
reason why
I
he's
think
mean.
he
doing
did
that.
give us a show though. I respect your opinion because I know a lot of people felt like that it should have been.
New
But I'm gonna
Orleans,
be
bro.
honest with you. I
Trash.
got a different opinion, man, because I feel like the Super Bowl ain't for that. I think people want the Super Bowl to be what they want it to be for. The Super Bowl ain't for the performer to perform in a city. That happened. That don't happen often. That happened maybe more than once. I know about one time off the top of my head, but that don't happen too often. But I think people just heard us in New Orleans, and Wayne has so much cachet in the hip hop community that people was like, oh, it gotta be Wayne.
Yeah.
Let me
But
inform
that's
you.
not how the Super Bowl works.
Let me inform you. No, when they was in California,
Right.
they was Snoop and Dre, all of them was on there. Guess what? When they was
Right.
in Minnesota, when the
But
Super
they
Bowl
had
was in
50 Cent on
Minnesota,
it. He's not from Cali.
but listen,
They
but
had
he's part
Eminem
of
there.
that.
He's
But
not
he's
from
part.
Cali.
He comes from Dre. He comes from that.
It doesn't
That's just
matter.
his. You
No,
know what
no,
I'm
no,
saying?
no, 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 no.
But you saw Eminem, you saw the whole
Yeah.
Dre. You had
Yeah,
Y'all
you had
fight
a
it
Snoop.
out. I
Detroit
gotta
guy
go.
up there,
Yeah, all right,
and then
Coach
you had a
Marcus.
New York guy up there.
All right,
But I'm
so
saying,
get it,
what's the
but you gotta
correlation?
I
understand they
get
come from his
I get
loins.
what Steady Servant say though. Like
They come from his
I get
loins.
what he's saying. Like 50 ain't from there, but they featured Cali in that joint.
I know, but I'm
You
just
know what I'm
saying,
saying?
what's the
Prince.
correlation between Kendrick Lamar and the Hot Boys and all that? What's the correlation there?
New
I
Orleans.
feel like he could have snuck Wayne out
Nah.
You could have
on
snuck
at least on
Wayne
that
in there.
Mona Lisa track or something. You could have
He
just
could have
brought
did
him out
something.
to just perform anything.
Now, see, if LaMelo Ball would have came out, then he would have came out with him. If Jello would have came out, Weezy would have
Yeah,
jumped on
because that verse was fire.
Hey, he
I mean,
killed
they
that.
just
He
got
killed
him and
that
Kendrick
tweaker.
just got into it. So I know Kendrick and Wayne had some words just recently. So
It's all good,
that's what I know. But when they was in Minnesota, what I was saying was when they was in Minneapolis, I'm letting y'all know because I'm a historian. Prince was on that guitar. Prince was on that guitar. I don't know what y'all was looking at, brother Brooklyn. Prince was on that guitar. K-Sap know
All
what
I'm
I'm talking
saying,
about.
I'm not disagreeing. Again, I'm not pushing back on you on how you feel.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, typically, it happened. It's happened a couple times in history, but I'm saying typically that doesn't happen for the Super Bowl. So it was like because of our love and our nostalgia, we want it to happen in every single city.
Yeah.
It happened in LA. You just said it happened in Minnesota, but it just not is not a typical thing where a hometown artist come out and perform at the Super Bowl.
They went with the hot hand, and I just feel like it wasn't fitting for that set.
But see, I
Now
understand.
that I couldn't agree with. I'm sorry, Casey. I'm gonna land my plane with this. I apologize, but listen, that I could agree with because I do understand. I'm just saying with so what I disagree with is this. I disagree saying that they need to or they should have the hometown artists wherever the Super Bowl is at now because that's not what the Super Bowl is about. But I do understand, like in certain cities, if you in touch with the culture and the post, certain cities like if you take Wayne, it's just my opinion. There's no disrespect if anybody have a different opinion. If you take Wayne. Yeah, Wayne had a great run, right? He not necessarily, to me, in my opinion, the best rapper ever, right? He had a great run, but he is one of the most impactful artists because of what he did for culture-wise, especially for the South. So I could understand, especially for New Orleans. So I could understand if you understand that and what he means to the South culture, what he mean to hip-hop in general, but what he means to the South culture in New Orleans, I could understand that, saying this is an exception we need to make for New Orleans. Like for certain cities, you might be like, this particular city, we need to make it like LA, right? We need to make an exception for LA. So that part I do understand. But to say that he needed to be there because, it was just in New Orleans, I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I can't understand the argument of somebody saying like, yo, the culture of New Orleans and what it means and what Wayne means to the city that, it'd have been nice to have him out there. I could see that point. I'm just saying, like, I'm not mad at it also being somebody else who had a hot year, got the biggest, you know what I mean, just having the best year. It kind of makes sense either way. So I'm not mad at Kendrick being there, but I could understand somebody saying that they would have preferred it to be Wayne just because of the city and the culture and everything like that.
Now, let me ask him this.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'll let you get it. I just want to say this real quick. I understand where you're coming from, Bro Claw, because you come from the music side, right? And you know the ins and outs in the business of how it goes down, right? And I understand your point, and I understand where you're coming from. You know, I'm not saying you're wrong because you're not wrong, but I think just like Brooklyn said, I think this came off of what started early in the year last year when Drake and Kendrick Lamar started going at each other, right? And then you saw the beef, and then you saw what got hot. They went with they went with the hot hand. So you saw what happened. They not like us. That's almost an anthem. And then he turns around and drops Mustard, right? It's an anthem. So they went with the people's choice. And I understand what Bro Claude is saying. Like, it is disrespectful because you thought that somebody from, you know, the No Limit Soldiers or somebody was going to sneak out there. But what the Super Bowl did is they gave the people what they wanted at that particular time. And the reason why I say I understand where you're coming from, Bro Claude, about the disrespect, because like Brooklyn said, it's in New Orleans, and you thinking, okay, somebody that was born and raised in New Orleans brought the city up, everything that, you know, Master P and the Hot Boys and the Bling Bling and all that shit has done for the city, the No Limit Soldiers, and nobody had a chance to perform. But what the Super Bowl did, they went with the hot hand. And my thing about it is, I think at that particular time, that's what people wanted to see.
The whole crowd was saying A minor.
That's it. That's when they woke up. I feel like.
Yeah.
Let me tell you this.
Like I said, I'm not saying
shit was trash.
It was trash to me. I'm not saying my bro serving. I ain't saying my bro serving wrong. They could have brought anybody out there, even if it was not being funny. Even if it was that what's the chick, Big Frida, that be doing all the
that, man.
No, I'm saying they could have threw something in there. They could have threw something in there of the descents of New Orleans. Like, I don't care if it's, you get what I'm saying. I ain't saying just put them out there, but just anything.
But like this, if the New York Jets was in the Super Bowl and they was in if I can't hear Brooklyn, we run New York. If I can't see BDP, if I cannot see my man come on the stage and it's in Brooklyn, you're disrespectful.
I understand where you're coming from, Bro Claude, but I don't care what it.
I still think if it was in Brooklyn, I still think Kendrick would have been out there.
Hold on. Last time they had the Super Bowl up here in Jersey, because that's where
it was the weekend. It was the weekend.
Yeah. They had the weekend.
But the thing about it is,
y'all know Jersey.
I know, but I don't care where the Super Bowl was played at this year. They went with what was hot. And
that's what I'm trying to tell him. Like, yo,
I get it, because I wouldn't.
Jay-Z.
If the Jets made it, I wouldn't. If the Jets made it, I wouldn't expect Naughty by Nature to be out there. I wouldn't expect Wyclef.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I get you. I wouldn't expect the Fugees and Wyclef to be on stage. It's just
what was hot, man. That's just
it ain't nobody who hot. So I get it.
So let me ask y'all a question. What y'all think about the commercial?
Let me just say this.
Oh, go ahead, Kev.
He brought up Mystical, right? Now, Mystical had a situation.
Ain't Mystical still locked up?
No. He about to get out.
Right.
I can't remember my name in my head.
It was a conspiracy. They just got him because he was called on from the ex the baby mama, just not ex-girl. He was called on, child support is due when you get locked up for falsification. Falsification, and it's smeared just like Tupac. Tupac was able to overcome that because he was very young. He was very young in his career, so he was just 23 years old with that accusation put on him. You know what I mean? So
you saying that's a lie? Because I thought it was true. The accusation, you saying the accusation is a lie.
I'm not gonna talk because they're my partners. I'm gonna tell you that it's not.
It's false.
It's a hit. So Louisiana is a hearsay state.
Okay.
It's a hearsay state, so that's enough for y'all to know.
Right
yeah, I don't even want to talk about the situation because it ain't nothing to talk about. But
I don't want to talk about.
I just wanted to know if you thought it was false or true because I thought it was true. But if you're saying it's false,
no,
sir. This is what I want to say.
Get to your point, Kev. I want to hear what you get ready to say.
Go ahead,
This is what I want to say about that situation. Like, yeah, he has a legal situation going on right now. That's bad for business. So you can't even deal with that right there. So you gotta X him out. You can't even put him nowhere near stuff like that.
Why? Donald Trump is the president.
I mean,
he's
white.
So I mean, he's come on, man. So I'm gonna go right. I'm gonna go right for your chest. I'm one of those. I'm one of those, dog. I'm one of them.
Hold on. You could go for that, but we ain't talking about president.
You know what? Go for it. It is.
We're talking about something that deals with making money, right? The president, that's something totally different. So we're talking about making money, and that's bad for business. I understand that's your partner right now and stuff like that, but anytime when somebody has a legal situation going on, you gotta let that shit clear out before you could put them in something. You know what I'm saying? So that would be bad for business. But
I mean, I take your opinion. I appreciate that.
Yeah. But other than that, though, and then Mystical, he hasn't what new music he has put out since then? Because they going with the hot voice right now.
If he was in Louisiana, he would have rocked the whole. So that I mean, I was on the stage with the man for 5-6 years straight.
Yeah,
it ain't no quotable. It ain't no quotable that he didn't affect America in. If he would have got up there and shake it fast, watch yourself.
Now, how long ago?
Now, you tell me who don't know that. You tell me who don't know that.
Though. How long ago was that?
Huh?
How long ago was that?
It don't matter. It's a forever fable, right? We talking about forever music, like the Temptations. If they went in Detroit,
these new people out here running around, they don't know his music.
What? Huh?
The new people that's running around, they don't know his music.
Oh, they definitely listen. All these MCs. See, that's my whole thing. You gotta know music.
No, you're getting it wrong. The MC, you thinking about the MCs. I'm thinking about the listeners. The new listeners don't know his music.
I get you.
Know his music.
I get you. Right, but what you trying to giving me early demographics. But football covers every single demographic in America, from young to old. I get that. That's from a New York perspective. I got you. I'm cool on that.
Bust your bubble right now, but it ain't hot right now, bro.
It's okay. It's all right, but that don't mean. Listen, see, you a young nigga. I'm an older nigga. I'm 55. You got what I'm saying?
Young. You ain't
listen. I'm just saying I got you by a whole lot, though. You know what I'm saying? I got you by a whole lot. So my whole thing, what I'm saying is that in our generation, see the difference between the younger and the older is that a society tries to create this gap because I'm with you because you younger and you could teach me. You got what I'm saying? You could teach me. And that's why I listened to what you just said. You could teach me how the young man think. And I want to know because it's valuable to me. So what you saying is that's why I let you go. It's very valuable to me because I'm one of the older cats that want to listen to the young man because I can learn from him and how things are going and the way society moving today. You got what I'm saying? And what's in the trenches of the streets, because I'm not per se, I'm in the streets, but I'm not part of the cultural. I ain't part of the shenanigans no more. The shenanigans for me is when I was, a teenager, and that's been a long time ago. You got what I'm saying? So, that's why I never count out the young man, and I'm always with somebody in their 40s. I'm always with somebody in their 30s. I'm always with somebody in their 20s, and I also talk to the teens. You got what I'm saying? Because I'm intertwining with that, and the youth is what the youth makes me better. The youth. That's why I'm a 55-year-old brother that you looking in this thing. I don't look 55 because I hang with young niggas. I don't mess around. I don't mess around with old. Yeah, I don't see. I hang with y'all. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? My closest friend, my first cousin, one who I'll be around, he same age as you. You know what I'm saying? So I go around them cats, and y'all be talking y'all ish like Brooklyn and all that. I be in y'all circle, you know what I'm saying, talking. I don't do old man talk a lot. Me and K-Sap, we, you know what I'm saying, we find ourselves around teaching the youth and doing whatever we in those type of circles.
I'm around the youth all the time.
Yeah, we can adapt to that. So hear me out. Hear what I'm saying. Our generation, though, Generation X, we were raised to be the middle passage. We have a certain duty and a certain duty to society that we have to do, that the baby boomers missed, right? The boomers missed this, you know what I'm saying? Because the boomers was the generation that gave me a 40 ounce and a gun. You got what I'm saying? Here little nigga, take this and you know what I'm saying? Watch the block and do whatever. But my generation is adaptable. You feel what I'm saying? So it's what I'm saying is we give homage to the elder. You always got to do that. You give homage to the elder. And then, of course, you give knowledge to the younger, and you also listen to the younger, because that's our passageway. Y'all the way, listen, your generation and the ones in the 30s and 20s, y'all the leaders of the new school. You dig what I'm saying? So I want to learn from you. But what I said that to say, we could never forget about these people and the reason that you listen to music today. And this generation that's coming, all them old niggas, I never say that. I never disrespect the Temptations, Gladys Knight.
But you never disrespect these older people in the WNBA.
I never did. Right. Hey,
keep going.
I ain't listen. K-Sap.
Now keep going, man. Don't let me get y'all. Keep going.
I never say.
Keep going.
What I'm saying is,
listen. That's our next topic. That's our next topic.
What I'm saying is, they ain't all up in the way trying to get on the microphone and be all up in the people's faces and trying to be on the radio no more. They ain't doing that. All we doing is paying homage to where we come from, and we know that it would not be any black records. Then Sunshine Records come from Chicago. You got what I'm saying? Cadillac Records was bought. That was here. So the first record company actually in all entertainment was Sunshine Records, which had Elvis Presley at that time. And then, of course, Cadillac Records at the time was co-owned until it got stole by the white boy. That's just real truth of what it is. You got what I'm saying? Kept him on as a writer. But anyway, we're going to leave that alone. If you going into Detroit and you don't go see Berry Gordy's house, Motown, the house of Motown, then that means you forgetting about how hard it was for black people. This man in the 50s, he had his own record company, his own publishing, his own production, his own writing, his own distribution, his own promotion. He had all of that in the 50s. Y'all know how hard that is? You can't do that right now.
We told y'all. No, keep going, keep cooking. I don't want to interrupt. I just wanted to tell Kev, we told y'all, bro, Claude gonna give you a history lesson. Keep going, bro. Hold on, don't cut him off. Hold on, Kev.
I'm listening.
Keep going, bro, Claude.
You can't do that right now. There's no company, no black-owned company, so-called record company, does their own distribution, does their own marketing, does their own recording without anything, their own publishing. The white man got his hands in every single thing right now, this day. But in that time, in 55, where they were still hanging black people on trees, running them over in cars. They had just 20 years before Berry Gordy released, they had just bombed Oklahoma. Come on, man. I'm talking about some real stuff. If we're going to talk about it, we're going to talk about it. And if you can't understand where you come from, and it's all about where you at, you have no resourceful knowledge for me. I can't listen to you because you ain't acknowledging the mamas and daddies that got killed and murdered and been enslaved. My father was born in 1930. My mother was born in 1936. They couldn't drink out of any sink. They had to drink out of a black sink or a water hose. They couldn't even go in the front door. My parents couldn't go into the front door of these restaurants. I had to listen to those stories. You cats ain't heard those type of stuff. Them was your grandparents. That was my parents. Them was my parents. My mama and my daddy, what my mama had to go through. You feel me? White man hit her in the head with a boot. You got what I'm saying? That's my parents. So you ain't feeling what I'm feeling. You ain't seeing what I'm seeing. You ain't knowing what I'm knowing, because my mama crying to me about what a white man pushed her down the stairs. She was just coming down the stairs. You ain't feeling that. That ain't your mama. Your mama ain't do it. She ain't have to worry about getting on the back of the bus. My mama did. You feel me? So you ain't feeling my pain like I'm feeling. You did? So I understand it. I get the disconnect because, you know, nobody talked to y'all about that. But I'm from that generation. My mother from Birmingham, Alabama, and my Demopolis, and my father from Eudora, Arkansas. You don't even know where that's at. It was lost like Rosewood. You feel what I'm saying? The back hill. So I'm just letting y'all know that I'm that generation, that I'm the baby of all my siblings. My oldest sibling is 71 years old. My oldest sister, I'm the baby though. I'm the baby boy. You feel me? It's 9 of us. So I got to hear these stories, man. I got to see these things. A lot of young cats can't relate to that because that's their grandparents. You got what I'm saying? Or great grandparents. That was my goddamn parent that went through that. Mother getting hit in the head with a boot. You dig what I'm saying? Got a scar on her head. I still see the scar growing up. You dig what I'm saying? So you ain't feeling that. So I'm going to let that go. I'm just letting y'all know that that's why I listen to the youth. And then also with my children, I make sure that they know that type of thing. My children, I'd say, hey, man, I don't want to hear you talk about that. You know, inclusion and all of that stuff. That's cool. That's all right. But you got to remember where you come from. And your grandmama did this, and your granddaddy did this. Your granddaddy had to run at 18 years old because he was in the backwood. They was gonna hang him. 18 years old, he had to get to Chicago fast, and he had no shoes on his feet at 18. And then he went off to war. My father. Mm-hmm. You feel me? So that's done. We good.
Let me say
thank y'all for letting me. I land that plane.
No, you good. I mean, I understand. Like I said, bro, Claude, I understand where you're coming from because you're coming from the music side, right? Yeah. And then when you're coming from the music side, all these stories start building up in you that you had to go through, right? Yeah. But I will say this, man. This is what I think, right? The Super Bowl was played in New Orleans, right?
Yes, sir.
New Orleans wasn't part of the Super Bowl, right? Kansas City Chiefs, the Philadelphia Eagles. So who's the fan base?
Kansas
so who
City
you trying to entertain? Now
Kansas
I can see. Okay, so now it's popular by demand. It wasn't no New Orleans Saints fans up in there, so that's not going to bother them. Right. Now it would have been real disrespectful if New Orleans was playing in the Super Bowl and they have somebody like a Kendrick Lamar.
Oh yeah, that would have really been it.
That'd have been
that's a good point. That's a good point.
This is the reason why I'm saying I understand where you're coming from. But I saw nothing wrong with it because they went with the hot hand. Mm-hmm. Now, you know who's popular in Kansas City. You see what I'm saying?
He twisted
that girl. Okay. That girl, I don't know if y'all familiar. I showed you her before. That light skinned girl that be trying them foods. She from Kansas City.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, like in Kansas City,
local.
But listen, in Kansas City, they probably bumping Kendrick Lamar. They probably got the anthem. They Not Like Us. They probably got it Mustard. In Philadelphia, outside of Meek Mills, you know what I'm saying? They still playing Mustard. You know what I'm saying? They still playing that because that was the talk when him and Drake got into it, right? So they went with the hot hand. And I could see if New Orleans was playing in their own Super Bowl, then that's when I said, okay, if they didn't have nobody from New Orleans to come out there and show out, that'd have been a slap in the face. And that's where I'm gonna land my plane. Look,
it's basically business. That's all it is.
It's all like good, but
you go with the high hand.
But look, before I get up out of here, I want to let you know,
Kev, right now.
Kev, man, keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep spitting, man. Keep spitting. Don't hide. Keep talking what you want to talk, because you see what happened right there. We talked about the Super Bowl, then we talked about the halftime performance, right? And then you see how Bro Claude, when you got off into a different subject, Bro Claude was right there with you, right? Because you started with the business side and all that, so he gave you a history lesson. That's what me and Brooklyn is trying to tell you about yourself. Just because you're coming up here talking NBA, and if the conversation veers off, you got to be able to get in where you fit in with that conversation as well, because all podcasts, we're not going to stay on script. We want to talk about that particular thing, but when something gets added in there and we veer off down the road where it's dark and there's no lights and there's no gas station to put no gas in your car to get back on the right freeway. This is what we're talking about.
Yes, sir.
Yo, K-Sap is amazing at doing the analogy. That's when he in his bag. When he start giving you the analogies.
Yeah.
Shout out to Miss D.
Shout out.
to Miss D.
What's going on, Miss D? But that's what I'm saying. That's what
What's
I'm saying,
up,
Kevin.
Miss D?
Just word of advice, man. This is how conversations go on the panel. So, DZ, when you start your channel, whatever you talking about, if somebody veers off down that back road and you got to go in the wood and find them, that's what you got to do. You can't fall back, man.
And believe it or not, piggybacking on what K-Sap is saying, sometimes whatever you have scripted, that unscripted conversation be the best conversation on your podcast. And now you got to kind of clip that up and make that, what you give to the people, because you ain't even planning for that conversation. But that conversation is just, it's what naturally everybody kind of just engaged in and want to talk about.
Because
so
like you
what
said,
I'm land my plane that you go after this case. What I tend to do on my podcast, if that conversation I notice is not going nowhere, then I end it and I get us back on track. But if that conversation is interesting, I'll let it go for as long as I just, forget whatever I got scripted. I let that conversation go because that's the magic. Sometimes that's the magic right there.
And that's what makes a brilliant. That's what makes a brilliant show, Kev. And this takes me back to one time Brass Tacks came up on my panel and we was talking about something and it veered off into almost what Brother Claude was talking about. And we sat there and listened to Brass Tacks, and I didn't know Brass Tacks was that deep. He got off into something deep. And I used to tell people when I used to conversate and we talking sports, but it would venture off into something else. And they thought that, okay, you just talking sports. I said, hold up now. I'm not shallow. So if you can swim, let's go deep. Right. And that's what happened with Brass Tacks. He got off into a deep conversation and he had the chat in the panel like, wow, that was deep. So when we get into like Brooklyn said, when you get into conversations like this, man, and people love hearing stuff because that lets them know that you're not shallow. That lets them know that you're not stuck in the box, that you are aware of everything that's going on. And see, the thing about Brother Claude, when he first came to my panel, sitting in that garage smoking that stogie, and he brought off one of them history lessons. I'm like, okay, now I know who this brother is. So when we talking on the panel, if we talking sports and it veers off into some murky waters, he can swim. He's not gargling that murky water. He's right there with us. And that's all we trying to say, Kev, is like when times get rough on these panels, man, don't run, man. Come stay there with us, man. Stay there
10
with us.
10 toes down. I got your back. I'm glad that you're here, man.
Yeah.
I got your back, man. You can always look, Brooklyn gonna tell you I'm always a phone call away. Me and Brooklyn and me and K-Sap. I mean, I survived. I survived talking to them.
We want you to eat. It's like we say, it's room in this YouTube streets for everybody to eat. We got Bro Claude over the hump, man. He's monetized. Brooklyn next. Key next, Lakeisha next. You can be right there behind them, man. Yes, but don't put yourself in a box and say, nah, I just want my channel. I just want to talk about the NBA. You a sports channel, man. Give it to him. Give it to him raw and uncut, man.
I'm gonna tell you, you the universal gene.
I mean, like you said, you 41 years old, baby. Man. It's just like you said, you can sit there and look at a basketball play and dissect it for what it is, man. Put that into your podcast, man. We'll roll with you. This is your podcast. If you want to talk about the X's and O's of basketball, shit, I'm here for you. I'm right here with you.
Absolutely.
I'm not running from it. If you're talking about, screening, helping the helper, hey, I'm right there with you.
Hey, since you touched on that case, this, I'm gonna segue into this because this is your team. How you feel, K-Sap? How you feel about Luka coming to the Lakers?
Man, that right there, man, that's gonna be interesting, man. And the reason why I say it's gonna be interesting, man, you got two guys.
No defense. Ain't nobody sitting in the chair.
Okay. I mean, you can say what you can say.
See, look, it's NBA. That. He ready to debate now. Let him land his plane first, Kev.
I respect that, Kev. But look, I want you to follow me here, and then I'm gonna fall back because this is what you want to talk about, right? I'm gonna fall back. You talking about no defense, right? Anthony Davis is not in the equation no more, right? And I'm gonna tell you, since 2020, this is my own personal opinion. Ever since 2020, Anthony Davis been holding the Lakers back. It ain't LeBron James, and I'm gonna tell you why. Anthony Davis is a tremendous defensive player, right? He's a tremendous defensive player. He can guard 1 through 5, right? But the thing about Anthony Davis, as good as an individual defensive player he is, he's not a good team defensive player. And the reason why I say that is because he does not communicate the way he's supposed to communicate. I've seen Anthony Davis would not come out on his man and hedge. He's lazy, right? Right? So now Anthony Davis got hurt, right? With the abdominal when he played with the Lakers. What did the Lakers do when Anthony Davis was out, knowing that Anthony Davis wasn't coming back, right? What they did, because what the Lakers did with Anthony Davis, they relied on Anthony Davis so much because of the help side defense, where they knew that if they got beat off the dribble, they had Anthony Davis back there to protect the rim, right? Now you don't have that comfort. So now you got to strap and play D. Over this stretch, has anybody pointed out the fact that LeBron James does not play defense? When Anthony Davis was there, everybody said, oh, LeBron just playing offense. He ain't playing no defense. But ever since Anthony Davis went down, Anthony Davis is not walking back in that arena no time soon. So what J.J. Redick did is he schemed. Now them guys have bought in because they know they don't have Anthony Davis back there, right?
But y'all on a 6-game winning streak right now?
Yeah, so look. So what has happened is JJ put in a scheme. You see what he did with the New York Knicks. You see how he took Karl Anthony Towns out the game, right? Because of the schemes, right? You see what he did to Jalen Brunson. Took the ball out of Jalen Brunson's hand, right? Because of the schemes. You see what they did to Ivica Zubac with the Clippers. Took him out. Ivica Zubac was dominating the Lakers when Anthony Davis was there. Tyronn Lue was like 36-9 against the Lakers. They could not get over the hump with Anthony Davis there. They shut them down, right? So now you look at the scheme that J.J. Redick got them boys playing. You got your boy Finney Smith out there playing good perimeter defense, right? Knowing that he can keep the man in front of him, right? Then also you brought my man back, Vanderbilt, harassing. You even got Austin Reeves attempting to play defense. Now, do you think Luka's sitting on that bench saying, okay, when I get out there, I see what they doing. I got to go out there and play defense now because I ain't got no Gafford or Lively behind me. So you got to go out there and play defense.
Who y'all bought from Charlotte? Mark Williams?
Mark Williams, the trade got rescinded.
He did?
Yeah. What's his name? Back in the door. Back in the door, right? So what I'm saying is
Dalton Connect.
Yeah, Dalton Connect and Cam Reddish are back. So what I'm saying is this Lakers defense has been impressive. If you look at the ratings now since Anthony Davis been out and look how they moved up in the rankings in defense, did you expect the Lakers to beat Indiana without LeBron and Luka yesterday and without AD? And it ain't because the Austin Reeves had 45. It's because them boys strapped down on defense. Do you know they held Pascal Siakam, Indiana's best player? His first field goal did not come into the third quarter. He got all his points from the foul line. No, he's not. All right, he is a threat anytime he's on the court. Look at his numbers. Come on, Kev. Look at his numbers. Pull his numbers up.
Man.
And you see what they did to Halliburton. Halliburton did not get going into the fourth quarter when the game was out of reach.
Focus on Mathurin.
Oh my!
I think they should focus on him.
Come on, man. Are you serious right now?
Yeah, I am.
And because you started out talking about Lakers no defense.
Yeah,
Lakers defense is
when Luka comes. Hold on. When Luka comes back, we'll see.
Luka's going to be inspired to play with the guys that are out. He already has a relationship with Dorian Finney-Smith, right? Right? So he knows what Dorian Finney-Smith is capable of doing. Defense. Luka's sitting on that bench looking like, damn, these boys out here playing defense. And what Luka said at the press conference, he said this year he thought his defense got better. See, playing on teams where you're relying for somebody on the backside such as a Daniel Gafford and a Derek Lively protect the rim, you're not worried about nobody getting by you because you got a shot block.
Okay, wait, time out. So what happened when them guys wasn't there?
What you mean? Who?
Gafford and Lively.
Luka just didn't play no defense, right?
Yeah.
He didn't play no defense, right?
I don't think he put an emphasis on that.
Okay, now you feeding into my point, and I love that because of the fact that what I'm saying is he's sitting on that Lakers bench, watching these Lakers play, and these guys are putting together a defensive effort. When Anthony Davis was there, the Lakers was so highly dependent on Anthony Davis to be their defensive guy, the guy that's going to clean up everything and hide mistakes. That's why LeBron was taking nights off and not playing defense. He's like, okay, if somebody blow by me, I got Anthony Davis at the rim to protect me. They don't have that now. LeBron is out there calling the shots. He playing defense. I've never seen LeBron in this stretch of games be engaged defensively the way he's been being engaged.
We'll see when Luka gets on the court.
That's all you can say is we'll see. You haven't gave me nothing to let me know that the Lakers can't play defense without AD.
We'll see when Luka gets on that court. I want to see how they look when Luka gets on that court.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to tell you.
Me too.
I got you.
I definitely.
All you giving me is a bunch of guys that's there now that can play defense.
And they going to be there. Ain't nobody leaving.
Right. All right. Understand that.
But have you heard the term? Have you heard the term?
Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
When Luka gets on that court, I want to see that same energy that you're talking.
I'm going to keep that same energy because the reason why I say I'm going to keep that energy because you know offense turn into defense too, right? Offense turn into defense too, right?
Not sometimes. Sometimes.
Not. Okay, I'm going to give you a prime example.
Go ahead.
We go back to the Golden State days. They didn't have no rim protector. How did they win games? It seems like JJ is being
trapping and switching.
Oh, and that's what JJ is scheming. How do you think they took Karl Anthony Towns out the game? A lot of trapping and switching. They got the personnel to trap and switch now.
Well, let me just say this. I'm not a Knicks fan, right? So
it doesn't. I don't care who you're a fan of.
Wait.
I'm just telling you. Karl Anthony Towns.
He an OKC fan. He an OKC fan.
Hold on. I'm gonna just put it like this, right? That Knicks squad, they pretenders. When I look at that squad, they pretenders over there.
I'm not talking about them being pretenders. I'm talking about a certain individual who's been hot. Karl Anthony Towns has been hot.
He's been cooling off a little bit.
Oh my! Lakers cooled him off.
Okay.
Like I mean, I understand that you probably don't like the Lakers and things like that, and I can understand your point of view.
I have no hate
because you're OKC, and the thing OKC are front runners. They're front runners. They don't have OKC. They don't scare me. OKC, Houston, and Memphis don't scare me. The only team out there that's scaring me right now is the Denver Nuggets. That's the only team that scares me.
Is you saying that the OKC based on them being young?
Yeah, because they don't have that veteran leadership.
That's what he's basically saying.
Look, they don't. I don't look. Get it. Look, hold up. Get in the playoffs. You got to have some kind of veteran leadership. And I always told
that's
people,
true.
If Jimmy Butler got traded to OKC, I think that could have helped them out.
No, they was gonna go over them.
Yeah, I think that could have helped them out. No, he don't move the needle for Golden State.
He don't move the needle. No,
he don't move the needle for Golden State.
Antics is too much, man. They don't.
I see, Kevin, you looking at it in a different lens, man. I understand the antics. I'm just talking about the veteran leadership, man. That's what Oklahoma. I'm gonna give you a promise.
You know what? His veteran leadership should have led Philly somewhere. His veteran leadership should have led that Timberwolves team somewhere.
They had other veterans on the team. We talking about OKC as a young team.
Veterans they had on Minnesota.
Minnesota was not poised to win a championship. And the reason why I said that is because we're talking about OKC right now. They sitting at the top of the West, right? Where was they sitting at last year?
Number 1. Okay,
what did they do last year?
They lost in the second round to
Dallas. Okay, why didn't they get over the hump?
That's point.
Okay, and I'm gonna go back. You go back 3 years.
Point. I agree with K-Side.
That's chess game. He did a chess game.
Veteran leadership will help OKC out.
So I'm going back to 3 years ago with Memphis. Look how Memphis was front running. Got against the Lakers and got bounced out, and the Lakers had to fight to get in the play-in when it was first introduced, right? And they bounced them out. And I'm gonna go back to the years when Atlanta Hawks. They had Atlanta Hawks with Larry Drew. They won all these games. They front running the whole season long. Got against the Cleveland Cavaliers and got swept because they didn't have no veteran leadership. And that's all I'm saying, Kev. I have nothing against Oklahoma City. But in order for Oklahoma City to bring it home, we can revisit this when the playoffs start. I just think they need a little veteran leadership. That's all I'm saying. And because I think it was like, wasn't it last year or 2 years ago they was in considerations of signing Carmelo Anthony back to that just for veteran leadership in the locker room?
Yeah, I think it was.
That's all I'm saying. And Miss D said something about I see the thing. I just said AD's injury. Yeah, AD, man, and that's
he injured already. It's crazy.
I hate that, man. And he's gonna be down. Mavericks already chasing, man. They sitting in that ninth spot. They on the outside looking in, man. And it's a log jam all the way from 7-8 all the way to 12 with 26 losses, right?
AD hurt already?
Yeah, he hurt yesterday. He got hurt yesterday.
He back to street clothes. He back to street clothes.
They said he's on the shelf 6 to 8 weeks, man.
Oh, damn.
And now you think about the Mavericks.
How he get hurt?
He's soft.
He came back from the abdominal injury that he had with the Lakers, right? So now he got back yesterday. He tried to play so hard to prove to the Mavericks fans that, hey, forget about Luka. I'm here, right? He exerted so much energy coming back from that abdominal, and it's a trickling down effect. From the abdominal, you compensating. So now he got that adductor strain. And when he went down in the second quarter, he was holding on to it, and Kyrie picked him off the ground. And then in that third quarter, I'm going to say it again, he fell when Sengun drove by him. He fell like he got hit by 2 double Glocks, man. And he went to the locker room. It's unfortunate, man, because I like AD, man. It's unfortunate. AD is highly skilled and highly talented, but it's been many a times, Kevin, you know this because you like the NBA. He's injury prone, but it's been many a times, and I hate this narrative, and I'm going to leave it alone because I'm about to shut it down. I'm about to get off of here. But I hate when people were saying that Anthony Davis was the best Laker on that team. Hell nah. LeBron was trying to give him the keys. He was trying to give him the keys, but Anthony Davis never wanted to put the keys in the ignition and start it up and go for a test ride.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with what you said earlier too about AD was holding him back because just the point you just made. LeBron, I forgot what year it was. It was a particular year. I think it might have been after the championship.
After the championship,
LeBron kept trying to give AD the keys to the franchise, but AD can't stay healthy.
He can't stay healthy.
Not only can he not stay healthy, he's not consistent. Like when he's in the playoffs, he'll have one game where he'll drop like 30 or something, and the next game he'll disappear. The next game he'll drop 30, and next game he disappears. So it's like you can't get somebody the keys that's injury prone and inconsistent.
And it's unfortunate, man, because I like AD, man. He's so skillful, man. When you see what he can do offensively, but to the points that Brooklyn's made in the playoffs, man, after 2020, man, AD was up and down, man. You went from times that you had games where you had 35 points and 15 rebounds. Next game, you putting up 10. Like LeBron, it was so many times that LeBron was trying to give the keys to Anthony Davis. And I think LeBron is pissed off that AD got traded. But I think LeBron is rejuvenated, man, because like I said earlier, Kev, I've never seen in this stretch of games a 40-year-old to be so dedicated defensively to get it done. And this is what I'll say about LeBron. During the early part of the season when Anthony Davis was there, his defense was boo-boo, trash. He was getting, beat backdoor. But he ain't been getting beat backdoor now. And I will say this about LeBron. But if you give LeBron a matchup at the end of the game and you got to shut somebody down, LeBron will cut their water off in spurts. But I think he's excited because of what scheme JJ put in. It's a lot of trapping and switching. Now you got everybody playing defense. You even got Gabe Vincent out there playing defense, man. Come on now. You got Gabe Vincent running around. Now, look, I'm gonna ask you this, Kev.
Why are you so scared? So why are you so nervous about Denver?
Because Denver is catching a stride right now. And it ain't about the Joker. It's what Michael Porter Jr. is doing. And Michael Porter Jr. is probably the real reason that Denver keeps getting over the hump against the Lakers, because he always shows up against the Lakers. If you look at it, as bad as you want to say that the Joker dominated Anthony Davis, they canceled each other out. Michael Porter Jr. was the X factor, man.
I think it's Jamal Murray, man. He got to get back to his game, man.
That's what I'm saying. He's getting back into that stride. That's what I'm saying. Denver is catching a stride, man.
Russell Westbrook is playing good basketball.
Russell was playing real good.
He's playing real good. He's playing real good basketball. But I was talking to one of my partners. My philosophy with Denver. This is what you gotta. This is how you beat Denver. You got to play big, but if you don't have the bigs, this is what you got to do. I'm letting Joker get 50, but you can't let Joker get 50, 13, and 13. That's a recipe for disaster. Let the Joker get 50, hold him down to 4 or 5 assists.
That's 26 points off of assists.
That's what I'm saying, but you got to hold. That's what I'm saying. Now you got to hold him to 4 or 5 assists. And I think with the unit that the Lakers got and what JJ is scheming for, because these guys are now making a concerted effort to play their man and not let their man beat them. They got to stay attached. And I go back to when Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy was calling the finals, when Cleveland and Golden State was, what they kept on saying, you got to be disciplined when you're playing Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. You got to stay attached to them. So with the shooters that Denver got, Michael Porter Jr., Murray hit some here and there, you got to stay attached to him, right? Let Joker get 50. Joker can't beat you by himself if he don't have over 10 assists. If he gets anything north of 10 assists, he's going to murder you because that means everybody else getting involved with the 50 he dropped. But if you hold the Joker to 4 or 5 assists and give him 50, you can win that game, man. You can't let everybody else get off. That's just my take on it. Nah, Ben Simmons is done. Miss D, Ben Simmons, nah, he can't do nothing for the Clippers, man. He can't do nothing for the Clippers. Yeah, he ever since that playoff game in Philly when he turned down that layup, he's in his own head, and I agree with what Ashley said.
Hey, and I know my brother. If he's still with us, my brother DZ happy because he a Nets fan, so I know he happy.
Fell asleep on us.
Yeah, that's what I said. I don't know if he's still with us. Hey, Nate, what's going on, bro? I don't know if DZ's still with us, but if he is with us, I know he happy. Ben Simmons up out of there.
Yeah,
Big Nate, what up?
What's up, Nate?
What's up, Zach?
Nate, you must just got off, man, or you just woke up.
Nah, I just got the link, man. I was watching the Super Bowl, yelling and screaming. You know what I'm saying? Having my, you know what I'm saying, fly Eagle fly, baby. It's always better down. But I love to see that Kermit the Frog lose. You know what I'm saying?
I will say this, Nate. You came in too late, man. And you know, I got the roll, but we're gonna get a live in here tomorrow or Monday. And I need you to come up early, man. You always trying to come in at the tail end when my voice about to go.
I just got the link, Brick. I just got the link like 10 minutes ago. I was like, oh, it's not,
I dropped it in the network track, and then I just sent to him personally. But it's been in the network track for hours.
Nah, I came on late because I was listening to it. I was coming from my daughter's house, man. They was talking about the Super Bowl, and I said, man, let me jump on here real quick, man. I ain't even get out my clothes, man. I ran up here and fired it up. I said, let me get up on here, man. So,
well, we appreciate it.
You light skinned, so you probably got a red robe, don't you?
There you go with that light skin stuff, man. Hey, let me tell you something.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
You don't want me to go there.
I'm joking.
Look, Kev, appreciate you, man. Letting me come up on your panel, man. Salute to you, my brother. Keep pushing, man. Like I said, man, we here for you, man.
Yes, sir.
I don't know when you go live or nothing like that. Just let us know. We'll come up, man.
We'll
get it cracking with you, man, and we'll get you off and running, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, we here to share the love, man. I mean, I mean,
we want you to be successful, man.
Look, I'm gonna tell you,
be successful.
If YouTube giving the money away, man, go get it, man.
Go get it.
Man. Like, you know, y'all not hurting nothing I do, man. This is a community, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to let everybody eat, man. You know what I'm saying? I know what it takes, man. I've been there, man. I grinded for
Case. Yeah, in case you can give me a step-by-step. Brooklyn told me how to let you on how to, you know what I'm saying, go ahead and get this started.
Oh yeah, whatever you want to do. You in the chat, man. Just let me know when you got some time. AD, cool. Man, I got to get with AD, man. Brooklyn, I got to get with your boy AD, man.
Yeah,
I got to get with AD, man. AD sent me a message, man, and I was like, man, I kind of like, and I had to tell him, man, I was like, man, AD, man, I don't like how the fact that you just gave up, man.
Yeah, no, right.
He gave up, man.
Yeah, he sent me a message too. I gave him some words of encouragement. So
I called him. I called him. I said, nah, man.
I'm watching grandbabies. I'm pulling grandbabies up on this panel.
He gave up, man. I said, man, you just start like he started a channel and he gave up, man. I was like, come on, AD, man. And at first I wasn't gonna respond to it because I was disappointed. Like you gave up on me, man. And then he hit me up again, talking about, look, this is my new channel. I had to get back, I had to rethink it. I had to talk to my wife, I had to rethink it. I said, look, that's when I said, because I didn't respond to his message. He sent me another message with the new channel. Yeah. So that's when I said, let me call him. So I said, AD, man, the only reason why I didn't respond to your message because I was disappointed, man. I'm just gonna be real with you, man. Mm-hmm. I didn't even want to respond to that message because of what you said in that message, man. I was kind of hurt, man. Like you gave up that quick.
Me too. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this, K-Sap, that 3,000 and 4,000 hours, that's kind of intimidating, man. No, that is kind of intimidating. I'm just saying, coming from where I came from, I took on the challenge, but that's it was really when I first said that, I was like, what?
It wasn't that.
It didn't intimidate me, but I don't know. But I think what I'm not gonna use the word intimidating, but I think what discourages people is the subscriber part. See, right? It's the subscribers and the viewers, right? They feel like they're not gonna have no viewers, so that you gotta kind of like. And I tell people this all the time. I say, yo, listen. First of all, me and Kev had this conversation, and both me and Kev agreed that of course, we want to be monetized and do all that type of stuff, but that's not why we do it, right? We do it for the love. We love talking about basketball, so that's why we're gonna do it. So I tell people, you got to start with that first. You got to figure out why you doing it. And if you're not doing it for the right reasons, then maybe you shouldn't do it. Exactly. But if you're doing it because you got the love for this thing, it ain't got nothing to do with being monetized and none of that. If you got the love for whatever you talking about, you should do it, right? And then the second thing I tell people is this: if you have 100 people viewing you or one person viewing you, you gotta have the same energy. You can't let the amount of people that's viewing you or the amount of subscribers you have to dictate your energy. And that's one thing ADP told me. I take that as a high compliment with ADP. She told me the other day, she said, Brooklyn, she said, it don't matter if you got a little bit of people watching you, a lot of people watching you, you still come with the same energy and you still put together a good show. And I appreciated her for saying that. And then somebody else that be in my comments, I probably know him because they be in everybody's comments. There's this guy here, Caitlin Clark fan. His name is Graylin Clark. He told me on one of my when I was doing one of my shows, he was like, yo, he said, yo, you one of the realest people doing this. And, at the time, and I still feel this way, but at the time I told him, I was like, yo, I don't think I deserve that title. I appreciate him for saying that to me, but I don't think I deserve no titles right now. I'm still new. I'm still growing. I'm still learning. Pause. So I don't think I deserve any titles, but I still appreciate him for saying that to me. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's what people got to realize. If you just starting out, one, you got to make sure you're doing it for the right reasons, which is the love. You got to just have the love for whatever you're talking about. And two, you got to understand that you can't worry about who's viewing you or not. You just got to worry about the quality of content you're putting out. Yeah, that's the problem, and the last thing I'm going to end with this, and K-Sap told me this, and this is something I heard from other people too. Listen, you would do a video right now to get a X amount of views, right? Mm-hmm. But then you might do a video 6-7 months from now, for whatever it is, and that video go crazy, that video go viral, that's gonna affect all the videos you did before that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad Brooklyn said that, Kev. I don't know if you ever heard me tell this story, man. When I first started, like I had no backing, right? I came in butt naked. You know what I'm saying? I came in butt naked and raw. And I tried to do this thing, but I was only doing audio uploads. I was on every audio podcast that you can you can name. You can go listen. My stuff is my catalog is still out there on everything. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeart Music, Pandora. My podcast is still out there. I haven't uploaded an audio podcast version in over a year, right? So when I first started going live, Kev, look, because they tell you they tell you the number of people watching, right? When I first hit that live button, Kev, I had nobody watching me, man. I'm sitting here talking to a camera and talking into a mic, and I was live, but nobody's watching me.
Yeah, stuff like that don't
but
bother
hold up.
Yeah.
When that first viewer, when I saw that number 1 come up in there, I was like, oh, somebody watching me. It's real now. So that inspired me to keep going. So I said, okay, if I got one viewer watching, I know there's some other viewers out there that can watch, right? So then when I start going live more often, and then I kind of shut it down because the mistake I made, because StreamYard gives you the ability to stream to different platforms, right? So I used to stream to YouTube and Facebook on my Facebook Simply Ball Dropping page. All the friends I had over on Facebook, they was watching it from Facebook. Nobody's watching it from YouTube. Yeah. I said, nah, I'm not going to give them that option. I said, if y'all want to watch me, you got to come to YouTube. Mm-hmm. So I shut that Facebook down. I stopped going live on Facebook. I started dedicating. If y'all want to watch a show that I'm giving y'all got to come over to YouTube. So then I was doing the roundtable talking to Marriage Chronicles. So I'm hitting the live. I'm seeing 6 and 7 people in the live. I'm like, okay, we getting somewhere. I'm excited, right? So I'm saying this to say all this, man. Regardless of who's viewing it, right? Somebody's out there watching. And once you start participating in these different panels and having collaborations with certain people, people start knowing you, right? So I'm gonna give you a prime example. When Brooklyn and Bro Claude came up on my panel, that gave them instant exposure to the people that was supporting me and that was subscribed to me. So now they have a backing. So when they branched off to do their thing, what happened? It was a trickle-down effect. Everybody that supports and loves me, they're gonna go support Bro Claude in Brooklyn because they've been on my panel, right? So they know them. So now it's a trickle-down effect. So now the people that support me support Brooklyn, they support Bro Claude because they know what they bring to the table. So it's nights that I'm not live, Bro Claude's live, Brooklyn's live. People that support me is over there rocking in their live, keeping their chat popping, keeping their views up. And the same thing can be with you.
That's real.
It's about the community. Like, if you're not live, you jumping up on somebody else's panel. And what we do in this community, hey, we got our man Kev up here from YTC Podcast. Make sure y'all go follow this brother. And we spread the love. So what I'm saying is, I understand it can get discouraged, and like Brooklyn said, it's about the views and stuff. People are like, them subscribers gonna come, right? And the reason why they're gonna come, because my breakthrough was 2023, September of 2023. I dropped a video about Deion Sanders on Jason Whitlock hating on Deion Sanders. Boy, I wasn't even monetized at the time. I had like 150 subscribers, Kev. I dropped that video, man. I gained over 1,500 subscribers, right? That one video gained me over 1,500 subscribers. That thing generated me over 200,000 views. That next day, that video put me over the hump. That next day, I got the email from YouTube wanting me to be a partner. So it only takes that one video, right?
Yeah.
So ever since I was doing that, the subscribers are going to come, right? Like when I first started off, when I got monetized, I probably had like about 1,600 subscribers. But certain videos I was dropping, you can look at my catalog and look at my most popular videos. I had videos from 150,000 views to 120,000 views, 110,000 views, 90,000 views, 80,000 views. It's a trickle-down effect. And I only had like 1,600 subscribers, right? So it ain't about the subscribers. The subscribers only count when you try to get monetized. It's about the views that pay you on this ad revenue. That's what you got to think about. And I tell people, when I had 1,600 subscribers, videos was doing major numbers. November was my best month, right?
Mhm.
I got broke off over seven grand in 1 month from YouTube, right? That was my best month. I had over millions of views, man. And then what happens is people will start coming back to your content. Anything that you drop, people gonna come. They're gonna want to see you. They're gonna want to see you. And I'm gonna close with this. When I had 1,600 subscribers, them videos that was getting 50 to 60,000 views with 1,600 subscribers, my analytics was off the chain because I had low subscribers but getting a lot of views, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna put this in context for you, Kev. There's a certain YouTuber that got over 212,000 subscribers. He'll drop a video, and sometimes his videos cap off at 15 to 20,000 views, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the rest of the 150,000 subscribers? They ghost subscribers. Nobody that engages, nobody that, you know, likes your video and stuff like that. So don't get caught up in that subscriber count.
Mm-hmm.
Subscriber count is only good to get monetized and get you one of them YouTube plaques. It's about the views, man. Just because people are not subscribing, but they still viewing.
Right.
And it's your job to say, hey, I'm producing this great content. I see a lot of views in there. Just hit the subscribe button. That's how you're gonna get your subscribers. You got to tell these people what to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's been times that we'll host something at the house, and people that come in, they'll ask about the podcast, and I get pissed off when somebody say, "Hey, you still doing your podcast?" Nigga, yeah, I've been still doing my podcast. It pisses me off. So what my wife does, she'll take their phone, go on YouTube, and she'll subscribe for him. Yeah, he still does his podcast. So that's what you got to do.
That's big.
Because in this community, we have loyal people that are subscribed to us. We have loyal supporters. We have loyal. Look, Kev, you've been on this live for 3 hours and 20 minutes, man.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
It's 2:00 on the East Coast, right?
I'm about to hit the bed after this.
And look, Nate just came up on your panel about 16 minutes ago. So what does that tell you? Somebody listening.
Mm-hmm.
So don't ever get discouraged and kind of fall back and be like, nah, man, I can't get the subscribers. I can't get the view. They out there, buddy. They out there. This community gonna build you up, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna build you up. You can't worry about them subscribers and them views. They gonna come, man. Like I said, when I started, I had no backing. I'm talking to one person. When I saw that number one on, I'm like, damn, somebody looking at me. And like Brooklyn said, you got to keep that same energy, man. It's gonna pay off, man.
Hey, listen, appreciate that's great. That was great information. But even people watching, if you're watching this, you know what I mean. If you watching us live right now, if you're watching this on playback, that was great information for you guys. If you guys want to start something, start content creating. Keep all this in mind. What we saying, like with Bro Claw saying, steady serving. Don't be discouraged by the watch hours as possible. Don't be discouraged by your view count. Don't be discouraged by your subscribers. It's all about the love and what you put into this, you're gonna get out of it. Yeah. But I think at this point, you know, we've been. Listen, I've learned from my big brother K-Sap. You gotta learn when to shut it down. We've been doing this thing for about 3 hours and some change. It's been great content. We all tired. Everybody's tired. I want everybody. Listen, I want everybody watching to subscribe to my brother YTC Podcast 24 is going across your screen. If you support Brooklyn 80s, if you support Steady Serving, you support K-Sap, you support Nate, support Cat 2. Getting over to his page and hit the subscribe button and holla at him in the comments and hit his like button. Let's get him where he need to be as well.
Subscribe.
You gotta talk to him, Kev. You gotta talk to him.
Yeah, I talk to him. But Kev, get and sign us out, brother. This your show. Get and sign us out. So
hold up, Kev. One last thing before I go. Who's that? Miss D6.
Miss D.
Miss D,
Six Woman Next. That's my girl. That's my girl.
Do I know her?
Yeah, you know her. She over there. She one of ours.
She
didn't start her channel. She doing good though. You need to go
I didn't know
there,
that. Miss D, I apologize. I didn't know that. I don't know if you
she one of
see there.
ours.
Look, there my girl Reddick Milky Way. That man Reddick, man. That Reddick is special, man.
Shout out to Miss D, shout out to Reddick.
Yeah. So Miss D, I didn't know that you had a YouTube channel. I do apologize. I don't know what your link is. I don't know if I'm following you or not.
It's right here. It's her name. It's her name. Exactly.
That's the whole
what you
thing
see.
up on. Okay. I do apologize, Miss D, but we're gonna get you where you need to be because I see some of your comments. Reddick, I appreciate you pulling up. But like Brooklyn said, man, you got to talk to him, Kev, man. This is your show, but Kev, what you need to do is if I go live or Brooklyn go live or Steady Serving ENT goes live, you need to pull up on the panel. You ain't even got to be in the panel, right?
Yep.
Just hit the link so you can stream the live podcast to your channel as well.
Okay.
So we can get it.
Put it right in the chat though.
Yep.
That's what I do. I do that with
he's in the just to let y'all know he's in the network chat too, so he could be in tune with what we got going on.
So anytime somebody goes live,
to be in tune.
Yeah, so anytime somebody go live, Kev, to get you launched off the right way, just stream it to your channel, man.
All right, I got y'all.
And that's building up them watch hours, man. I got to get it too, man. I got to get
going.
I
got to go record. I got to record, y'all.
I know you
back is
I know you did. Yeah, but I appreciate you, Kev, for letting me come up, man. Brooklyn,
shout out to everybody that came.
It's always real, bro. Claude, you know it is. Nate, man. I don't know if you're still competing with your brother. But
you know what?
Nah, I'm gonna shut it down. Kev, get us out of here, Kev.
Everybody have a blessed night.
All right,
everybody have a good night. Shout outs to everybody that came through. Subscribe to YTC Podcast 24. We out of here, man.
All right, big Kev, love you, boy.
Everybody,
I got your back, boy.
Gotcha.
Yes, sir.